Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not Jared, and this time I remembered to change the stream key. So hopefully my audio is working as I go over a small little thing. I'd like to do a very special thanks to Marvel Girl, BM Furball, and those who were involved in what recently occurred. You know what occurred. I'm not sure if people want me to mention it, but I may or may not have found a laptop at the my doorstep, and I may or may not have had to explain why people are sending me a laptop to my mother. It was a very unique situation, but guys, truly I am thankful for what you guys did, and that's why I'm behind the wheel finally. I am. Look a Pig, the producer, and Jared, you can't take it back. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the stream, and here, wait, oh, okay, there we go. All right. Shut up.
Not as easy as I make it seem, huh?
No. I was adding a little bit of finesse, okay? I know what I'm doing.
And finally, Piggy is actually able to produce a live stream. Finally, he's actually able to produce a live stream.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually produce one, not say he is, but actually
Hey, I was
it.
still producing, okay? I set up shows, I do everything.
Yeah, well, that's just part of it. You know.
Do you guys want to know something that's probably the most amazing in this whole scenario? Piggy, is there any porn on that laptop yet?
Yes.
What a stupid question. What a stupid question that is. Dang.
He's had it for like 4 hours. I thought maybe he didn't have any on there yet.
Yes, if I have OBS on there, I sure in the hell have porn. So.
Yeah, well, OBS was the last thing you installed, wasn't it?
Yes. I played some video games. I installed some porn. Well, I installed
video
some
games.
Porn. No, I played.
You played the video games first, then the porn. Or?
No, it was a game about porn.
Oh,
I was gonna say I would have thought the first.
All right, that's a little better.
CEO would have been
slipping there for a minute.
No, I have to say this display is amazing. And there's
stop looking at a picture of me, damn it.
I'm not looking at a picture of you.
If I could butt in for just a second, there were a bunch of people that leaned in on this to donate money to help the cause. We will be reaching out to everybody individually for thanks. And then specifically, like Piggy said, Marvel Girl headed this up. Wouldn't have been done without her. It would have been a better project, a more in-depth, an actual desktop. That was the intent. But then Piggy's phone had to die, and we figured we need something now.
I could have put together a desktop within 30 minutes of receiving it.
Hang on, but the issue wasn't that. The issue was finishing out the specs and getting you the items beforehand to make it a reasonably quick turnaround, so the surprise didn't get leaked out to you prematurely.
I need to work on my sources. One of you fuckers should have told me.
Sorry, but they paid me too much to not tell you.
Yeah, see, here's the thing.
Damn it,
Pig, like I told you before when you first brought this to me, it's like, oh, why didn't anyone tell me? It's like, this goes to show you just how much you can trust us.
And actually keeping something a secret. And, if somebody says, do this, do not do this, they actually do it and do not do it,
But how did
making sure that you change a stream key, for example, that kind of thing.
Hold on. Okay, it was only a stream key, and I was pretty sure I already changed it. I just forgot.
Yeah, but the thing is, whether it's a small thing or a big thing, if you do it as a standard, double check everything. You don't have to worry about what you're doing to make sure that you actually did it. You always double check. Whether it's wiping your ass after a toilet visit, or it's making sure that you can't just push the detonator.
Yeah,
you're forgetting one little thing: is I never have really done a stream before. Like I've never controlled a stream and hit that button.
Yeah. That's what I said. You haven't been producing anything yet.
You shut the fuck up.
See, and Pig, now you know why I got in the habit really quickly of making sure that the stream key was set correctly first, immediately after I open OBS. It's like, okay, which stream am I doing? This one should be this stream key. Okay, there it is. Apply, 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 then close the window.
I mean, you only had a couple of shows that didn't happen when you thought they were.
Yeah.
Those were tests, I'm sure.
Oh well, no, there were a few that were tests, and actually, the other shows last month, that was YouTube fucking up. That was not on my end.
I can confirm.
We shall not
Sort of
speak
like,
ill of
you
the
know,
great
the
overlord
last stream
YouTube.
I was associated with, that Echo.
Yes.
I mean, that Echo was not because of me in any way, shape, or form.
Uh-huh.
So what's our topic tonight?
Oh, come on. Do you really think? Well, okay, no. Occasionally we do have topics, but unfortunately, and what's over here, Terry?
Oh yeah, like the one I posed a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, going back through, it is just fucking shut up, people. See, what's really nice about Pig doing this time is I can play around more in the background.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I can
but are
actually
you
play
actually sure you
around in
can
the
trust him
background
yet?
without it. Listen, I have all my porn closed, okay? I went out of my way to print 60 pages of porn so I can look at porn without it being on my TV, okay?
Come on, you've got some software to auto enable porn video playbacks.
It's
on random.
actually Alt 69.
Why am I not surprised that you set that as the hotkeys?
Hey,
Because
what's
they're
the
hot.
what? Did you set up a password for your computer? And is it 1, 2, 3, 4?
No.
5.
Yeah, Jared got it. Hi, Marvel.
It's the same combination I have on my luggage.
I was hoping someone
Well,
would get it.
TSA fucks up your bag anyway, don't they? Even if you give
no.
them the key.
No. Actually, here's the thing. Very common misconception. TSA will only cut the lock off of a bag if it is a non-TSA approved lock, which means they do not have a master key for it.
Well, I have heard that they. Sorry. Yeah.
Every TSA search room has a huge ring of master keys for luggage locks. If one of those does not correlate to your lock, then they cut it. Otherwise,
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, they just have a master bypass.
Yeah, but it's just that I've heard from friends that even if you have a TSA approved lock there, they might just fuck it up anyway.
Oh,
I mean, mess up the lock.
Yeah, there's no
It
doubt
happens,
that
at
they
least.
could fuck up the lock because they're a little too froggy with trying to get it open. But it's not because of them having to like pry it open to search your luggage. No. If it's a built-in lock on a piece of luggage, they have the master bypass key for it.
All right, I'm going to go
But hey,
take
I mean,
a poo.
in any-
You guys enjoy.
Yay. But in any case, what you need to do is just make sure you put on a master lock padlock on there, because that way it is not safe at all, and it's so easy to open it without you being able to see it afterwards anyway. They are the crappiest of all crappy padlocks. Even their so-called quality padlocks are crappy, except for a few models.
Wait, you're saying that a master lock won't remain locked if you shoot it with a bullet?
You don't
God
even have
damn
to
it,
do
they're
that?
lying in the commercials again.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people just slamming on it on the side, not with a hammer, but with the the handle part of a screwdriver to unlock it. No shit. I mean, I'm talking about the medium to high level of security padlocks. So yeah,
I've
just
seen them
don't touch
opened
'em.
with a couple of open-end wrenches.
Yeah, I've seen that technique
Well,
to pop it open.
Many padlocks can be opened by that way. But then again, you
No, I-
also destroy the lock, and you can see that it has been opened or destroyed.
No,
That's
I
the
can open
worrying
one with-
part.
I can do it with the soda can.
Well, yeah. Although they have started using ball bearings instead of wedges. Not on all the models, but on some of them. And if they have ball bearings, you can't use a wedge to slide in on the what do you call it? The U-bend piece
The
to
bolt.
shimmy it. Yeah, the bolt. Yeah. If they use ball bearings to lock that in, yeah, you can't can't shimmy that.
Jackal, I guess. Never mind.
Something along
But,
those
yeah.
lines.
And I really do need to step up my padlock picking skills because I'm running out of non-Ruco or Abloy locks, and Ruco or Abloy locks are damn hard. But then again, they're not American design, so there you go.
Oh, that's why I always keep a 24-inch universal key.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got one of those too.
Wait,
Well, it's
wait,
not
wait, wait.
24 inch, it's longer, but yeah,
A
a 3-foot
crowbar?
one actually. No, I've got a 3-foot, well, almost 3-foot long master key, also
Sledgehammer.
called bolt cutters.
Oh, bolt cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those come in handy too, which, yeah, they have those in all the TSA search rooms too.
Well, of course, they need a master key. Yeah. So.
But
I've got a possible military topic we could discuss. Since it is a military show.
okay. Does it have to do with zombies?
It does not.
Thank God.
What about the one I
Does-
showed
wait,
you
wait,
yet
wait.
today?
I like
Wait, does it
zombies.
have to do with aliens?
It does not.
Okay.
It does have to do with prison time.
Okay,
Fair
I'm
enough.
intrigued.
Why are you looking at
So-
me?
Oh, you did your time already?
Oh,
Oh no, they have Wi-Fi in Leavenworth.
Well, every requirement of being on this panel is having served a sentence. Mine just happened to be on cell block 63 for a while.
Yeah, I'm still serving my sentence.
Okay, I consider my hospital stay as serving then.
So here's the topic. Technically, with the U.S. military, if you retire from the military or if you are receiving a pension, so if you are medically discharged early, technically you are still subject to the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can still be court-martialed for crimes you committed after you get out.
Technically.
Ooh, this is gonna get juicy.
Hell no. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. In the U.S. Yeah.
In the U.S. So
ridiculous. Yeah. Sorry.
I think it was either Navy or Marines. There was a retiree in Japan in the last 5 years that about 3 months after he retired, he's still in Japan, but he's no longer in the military. His time is served, but he's receiving his pension, and he sexually assaulted someone in Japan. So outside the
see, that-
jurisdiction of American courts.
Well, he's still a military serviceman,
No, he
retired.
retired. He retired.
but still, if they want to come after you, they can.
Yep, because you're still subject to the UCMJ. Now, here's my question:
Mhm.
Naha or Tokyo?
I don't know the details of it.
Ah,
All I read was the appeals court of it. So 3 months after he retired, he sexually assaults a woman. The Japanese declined to prosecute, so the Americans bring him back on active status involuntarily and court-martial him.
Well, if there is no doubt whether he actually did sexually assault somebody. I would hope that he gets the toughest, not the toughest, the highest penalty possible. So if that means he gets a course martial,
The
fuck him.
question is,
I don't care.
the question was
In
that
case.
does the military technically have that authority? And that's after his conviction, he brought it up on appeals that technically
Hmm.
he's out. He has severed his connection to the military. He's no longer active duty. You can't court martial me anymore. And
Wait,
the
how long after his retirement did you say this was?
3 months.
This was only 3 months.
3
Oh no,
months.
you're in the reserves for 2 years, whether you
No, no,
show
no.
up or not.
No, he's retired. When you hit retirement, you're done.
Was this crime perpetrated in a 100% civilian setting? You know, it was against a civilian. It was in
It was
civilian
against,
country.
it was against a Japanese national, not on base. The only military connection was him being a recent
Retired.
retiree.
Okay.
So the argument was that he had severed his connection with the military by the retirement, and that therefore the military did no longer have the authority to call him back to active status and court-martial him. The Military Court of Appeals upheld the conviction, basically stating that since he was still being paid by the military for his retirement, he had not severed his connection with the military. Therefore, they still have the authority.
Yep, and that's
I would say no.
Well,
Fuck no.
no,
That's just so wrong.
Here's the thing, and that is the difference between getting a retirement and getting disability, because my disability comes through the VA, not from DFAS. Retirement pay comes from DFAS.
Now,
Yeah,
if
you
you
gotta read the
if you had
fine
been-
print, man. You gotta read the fine print.
Yep,
if you had been medically retired, that would be different.
exactly.
So here's the further ramifications of this. So now the Military Court of Appeals has said, yes, if you are still being paid by the military, by the federal or the military, not VA, but you're being paid by the military because you retired, medically retired, you are still subject to the UCMJ. So that means that when I retire, if I go back to Colorado and I smoke weed, technically I could be court-martialed. Nobody's going to do it,
Well,
but they could.
you would have to do something where you get punished for the drug offense to even possibly get that into the realm of
Where they'd want to reactivate.
yeah.
Hey,
So
I've
for
got a
things
quick
like-
question on that.
I would still call that bullshit. If you're out of the service, you are out of the service.
But
It's,
you're
it's just simply wrong. It does not compute.
the technical loophole they get you on is how the payment is processed.
Exactly.
That's
In
why
other words, no reason. It's a bad reason to abuse the system.
Let me ask a question on that real quick. Do you recall if that guy was enlisted or an officer?
most likely enlisted.
I'm pretty sure he was enlisted.
Okay, well, here's my question. My commission doesn't have an expiration date on it. When I was enlisted, I had an ETS.
Mhm.
The commission doesn't have an expiration date on it. Does that make a difference?
Well, if your commission expires or you separate from the military as an officer, you do 8 years, 10 years, and you get out as an officer. I believe the federal government can recall you to active duty at any time because you still have the commission. But because you are not actively being paid, you're not subject to the UCMJ.
Okay, that was the distinction that I had because I was under the impression once I signed my name on the dotted line, they had me forever.
They have you to recall you forever. But as of right now, you are not subject to the UCMJ.
All right, that makes sense then. I'm
But
too
then
old
again,
to-
was
I'm
it
too old to
actually
get
a dotted
recalled.
line?
I was
Now,
never
here's
asked, so I
text.
have no fucking idea.
Here's the big twist. Here's the really,
Yeah, I
really,
was
really big twist. So that means anybody who retires technically is subject to the UCMJ. They're not going to court-martial me if I go back to Colorado and smoke weed. It's too small. No military prosecutor is going to go through the paperwork and the heartache to do that. But do you know what is a crime for a commissioned officer? contemptuous speech towards the president.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Uh,
So
so
that
the
means-
brass,
And-
so the
and-
brass
and this
can't
is
say
not a-
fuck Trump.
Huh?
That's
No.
what you're saying.
it's.
So Bob,
I thought it
Bob
was a
can
free
say that,
country, etc.
but you're part of the military, so that means Bob can say that because he's not subject to the UCMJ. He can be
Yeah, well-
recalled to active duty, but he cannot be court-martialed for saying something bad against Trump right now. But if we had a 4-star general that had been retired for 10 years on this panel,
Mm.
and he was speaking ill of the president,
He'd be
Trump
screwed.
could court-martial
Well-
that general.
Well, where I see a difference is if the person was, and in theory, that person could still be considered a public figure. You know, if it was a press, what do you call it, a press secretary, you know, and he was a press secretary for, I don't know, 15 years, and now he's retired, he would still, you know, people will still remember him. And if people see him or hear about him doing something nasty, then I could possibly see it being fair to, you know, use the
All right,
military
guys, that was
corps.
really interesting, but I've got to run. My wife wants to go out to dinner. If you guys are still here when I get back, I'll pop in.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be
Glad you
live for
joined, Bob.
another 3 hours, so we'll see you later, Bob.
All right,
Take it
I'll
easy,
go on
Bob.
mute and I'll just kind of hang back in the corner and work. I'm pretty good at that.
So what happens now during the presidential election of 2020? What happens if a retired general runs against Trump and speaks poorly of him? Technically, Trump could court-martial him.
Ooh,
Well,
that's
speaks
that'd be
poorly. How
intense.
is that defined? I mean, you can
Oh,
criticize a person for doing something that is worthy of being criticized. Is that speaking poorly?
Contemptuous
Here-
speech.
Here is the beauty of the wording of the UCMJ when it comes to subjective matters like that is they don't care that it could be interpreted another way. It's however the prosecutor and the convening board
Technically,
want
Trump
to
could
interpret it.
court-martial him.
Just a quick
Well,
question.
speaks
Does
poorly.
UCMJ
Yeah,
How is that
trump the
defined?
First
I mean,
Amendment?
You can
Yes.
criticize a
Yes.
person for
If
doing
you're
something
active
that
duty
is
military,
worthy
yes.
of being criticized. Is that speaking
The
poorly?
running gag, which does have a lot of truth to it, is when you are active duty military, you give up all your rights in defense of the rights of others.
Pretty much.
They don't care that it could be interpreted. So, like a few weeks ago, when we were talking about the double jeopardy issue, active and reserve military are the only people who legally do not get protection from double jeopardy.
If you're active duty military, yes. Yeah, you can be tried. Well, and you could technically, if you committed a crime, Dugway Proving Grounds. Dugway Proving Grounds in Utah is concurrent jurisdiction, meaning that the county has jurisdiction to prosecute, and the U.S. government has the jurisdiction to prosecute. So if you committed a crime on Dugway Proving Grounds, you could be prosecuted by the county and by the state, or by the federal government.
As a,
There are two different jurisdictions.
yes, but as a civilian, the higher jurisdiction gets priority.
Yeah, generally.
Eric.
But being a military member, you are subject to U.S. law and the UCMJ. That is how they get around the whole double jeopardy issue. Because normally, as a civilian, you are subject to both federal and state law. However, when you commit one offense that violates both, if the federal courts want it, they will take it and the state will defer. If the federal courts don't want it, then the federal court defers to state and you're only charged at one level. U.S. law.
Hey, Eric, are you like loading ammo?
No.
That's what I was thinking
Hey,
was happening.
wait. No. Which transformer are you playing with?
Oh, it's a masterpiece skilled Superion.
See, there you go.
I thought it was like Omega Supreme or some shit.
If the federal courts don't want it, then the federal court defers to state, and you're only charged. Later, Brian.
Well, I mean, it sounded like it had a lot of parts. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I was thinking. was
That would be a typical Mastercraft level transformer. Are you playing with? And because they make them for the big boys, not the little ones. See, there you
Oh,
go.
I had a Mega Supreme
Yeah.
back in the day. That
Some
was
toys-
the shit.
Toys not for boys, but big boys. Okay.
I have to say the framing of the bottom left corner was bugging me to the
Later,
point
Brian.
where I had to fix it multiple times to get it
sounded
perfect.
like it had a lot of parts. That's all.
Welcome to production, Peg.
That would be a typical Mastercraft level transformer.
Yeah, but you know,
Right,
popping your
because
cherry
for
on
the
production.
big boys, not the little ones.
Ooh,
I
nice.
had a Mega Supreme. Oh, perfect. Perfect.
You were just waiting for that one, weren't you, Jay?
I was debating, was it rim shot worthy or was it?
Oh,
No,
what
no,
was that?
no.
Old nail in the coffin?
No, we're gonna need that one on movie night for when someone like Squirrel or if Brooke shows up says something.
Popping your cherry on production.
Oh, you don't want this one?
Ooh,
But
nice.
that's a side button.
True.
Or wait. When Pelt goes a little too high in his EF count.
But it's still the weird part. He doesn't use the EF scale for some reason. I mean,
No.
it's as if he doesn't know about, you know, the difference between F and EF. But of course he knows, but he hasn't used the EF scale to date.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was one of those things where Sai really didn't like it because it almost it was encouraging Pelt to get more and more belligerent,
That's true.
which more and more people found annoying.
But it's still the weird part. He doesn't use the EF scale.
But
for
actually,
some reason.
speaking of movie night, for those people who
It's as
were
if he
not
doesn't know
watching the
about,
beginning
you know, the
of
difference
Team
between F
Skeptic's
and EF,
stream,
but of course he knows, but-
movie night will actually be streamed on YouTube this week at the normal-ish time. And
You made it in, yeah.
yeah,
Ish, exactly.
and under full control by Psystrike on his own channel. And Pig, is that background noise you again?
Are you in the shower, Peg?
No,
It's a full tilt fan in the background there.
it's the cat.
Yeah, it's not me.
Not watching the beginning of Team Skeptics stream. Just wanted to make sure. But so yes, if you were not watching, where the fuck did over here? Ah, so much
Yeah.
better.
I'll have to talk to Schrodinger. He needs to turn down the gain on his PC to get rid of that.
Yeah. Not his mic, his
well-
PC. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a new microphone. So he hasn't
Hello
wanted to
there.
adjust the.
Welcome to the
It's not a
Science
condenser,
Strike
is it?
Force Simple
No, it's not. It's a USB dynamic, but it but if you have the gain turned up too high on your computer, you get the
Oh, yeah.
background.
Yeah,
Especially if you have a limiter set too, and that's set too high.
yeah, need a better noise gate. So
All right,
I'll have to talk
currently
to
I
Schrodinger.
am
He needs to
sharing
turn down the gain on his PC to
the channel that
But
video
might-
will be
we'll
hosted
see.
on.
Yeah.
So he's
Gesundheit.
If you want to spam it in
Okay.
the live chat, that will work.
So he hasn't wanted to adjust the.
I need one of you guys to give me some education on
No,
mic
it's not. It's
settings
a USB dynamic.
for recording my
But
videos.
but if you have the
Yeah.
gain
I've at least-
too high on your
I've at
computer,
least
you get
gotten
the-
better than just using my earbuds.
Especially if you have a limiter.
I have a blue snowball.
Although it does sound like you're doing that right now.
Oh yeah, I'm in my earbuds right now because I'm also playing video games.
That makes sense. But yeah, so go to that channel. Movie night will be streamed live on YouTube there, which means I get to have fun
I need one of you guys to
and
give me some
kill my liver again.
Wait,
I can't.
Recording my videos.
we're gonna be on movie night. So
I've
we
at least-
found
I've at
the
least
solution to
gotten
where
better
it's
than
Jared.
just, using
He's
my
been here
earbuds.
this entire time.
I have a blue snowball.
Yeah, it's almost like when a problem is presented to me, I have ways of solving it. That makes sense. But yeah, so it's just a matter of actually getting in touch and having the conversation with people. Because yeah, Sai and I were talking for damn near an hour about that and other subjects.
I can't.
I'm so excited to. It's gonna be great.
That's fine.
Oh wait, fuck! I've had an echo this entire time. I'm so sorry.
I just didn't want to sing it. I was, protecting the audience. Although I can sing, but I have to warm up first.
I'm not sure how long that echo's been there.
I don't
What
hear an
echo?
echo. Okay, good.
I haven't
Well,
heard
it's
an
an echo
echo.
going out into the stream apparently.
Well, then
Is there
yeah.
an echo? Echo?
It's solved.
Oh, wait a minute. I think maybe there's an echo between someone's ears. That
Oh,
could
no,
be the reason.
no. There may have been an echo on the actual streamed portion because someone didn't use the record feature to do a test.
No. The reason why there was an echo was
I wonder
because
who
I
that
had an
someone might be.
additional link up that a record feature would not fix because I already did that. I did severe testing before I started the stream.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
You might want to try and find a a sound bite that resembles someone playing the world's smallest violin.
Do you mean this
for these
work?
kinds of situations? Huh?
I said you mean that won't
yeah.
work?
Yeah, but I was thinking of making fun of not blowing somebody up with a
Hold on
shell.
a second. I'm gonna drag Schrodinger's cat out of here and try and get this set up for him. I'll be back in a bit.
I subbed how to wait, NASA. I know you've been away for a bit, but what are you asking about? Because this channel is not Psystrike's main channel. It's a channel that he's had for years that was a repository for Sunday Science and other things that he just kind of left alone for a while. So he is now streaming to that one for movie night until the issues with the main channel and streaming there are resolved.
Hello.
Guten Abend.
Yeah, sorry, reference. Well, we have a
Yeah.
German here.
Yes. I do not run Nightbot.
Yeah, I've seen that several times this past week. Someone in a live stream just going, yeah, I can't remember the list options.
The Nightbot commands.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what I would program it to say other than random Arlie Ermy drill instructor insults.
Yeah, for example, I mean, what is it? R.E. Ermy? Or I can't remember his. R. Ermy, but there's one more.
Yeah.
Lee. Yeah, that's it. I mean, one of his, that would be cool.
Well,
but just for that, nah.
Well, like do a command and have it be whatever the keystroke is, and the rest of it be ugly, and have it spit back with, "Did your parents have any children that lived?" "Yes, sir." "Oh, I bet they regret that."
Yeah. Fuck you, Carl. Yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, this past week I learned not a new, but apparently another acronym. I'm not sure if was actually in amongst tank crews in the U.S. What was it? Oh yeah, SWAG, SWAG. When your gun sights crap out and you have to do it manually, especially the ranging. I don't know if you heard of it.
Well, they call that on M1s they call that degraded mode. In other words, how we used to shoot normally with the 60.
Yeah, well, this is well, this is a very unofficial acronym, SWAG. It's scientific wild ass guess. I can't remember where. I saw a video from. I found a video from someone. I'm not sure if he's American or not. I mistakenly didn't mark it so I could share it. He was showing people how the M1A1 and A2 sites worked. I think.
Bo, you're actually just pretty much just describing submarine fire control.
Are we talking about boom or just boom control?
Well,
scientific wild ass guess.
Swag has been a term for a long time. That's been around for a while. Yeah.
That's my first time hearing it. I like it.
I'll have to find somewhere to use it actually. So.
Well, it's better than calling it an edumacated guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds it makes you sound like, as stupid as a flat earther. Not that everyone is a flat earther, is a stupid one, but
no,
asshole.
Here's the problem. By calling it an edumacated guess, you are already leaps and bounds ahead of a flurfer because you are recognizing that no, this is still a guess. I could be wrong. And see, that's the thing that they never admit. They never genuinely admit, I could be wrong.
It's impossible for a flat earther to come up with an educated guess anyway.
Yeah.
Riley admitted he was wrong the other day about whether it was a ring laser gyro or a fiber optic gyro.
They are functionally the same goddamn thing.
Yeah. And yet there was a 20-minute argument about it until somebody played it and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Wow. Damn.
But
then again, he doesn't have it, he doesn't work with a full deck anyway.
And he only capitulated because you were able to share a recording of him saying that.
Yeah.
He is that kind of legalese twat.
And he's probably still using the wrong term today, though.
Oh yeah.
But again, facts are a beach, as always.
Oh no! You just have to ask him which way to the beach.
Yeah, that could work too. If you know what we're talking about.
and that's the thing is, if you're going to ask him by text, which way is it to the beach? It is spelled BEECH. And for those who were wondering about the reference, that is the name of the most recent appeals judge who denied his appeal about whether or not he needed a CPC to operate his business.
Huh?
Oh, so the British...
Yeah, I don't know anything about this.
So a CPC is the British version of a commercial driver's license or commercial operator's license.
Okay.
If you are transporting people as part of your business, your operators have to have a valid CPC. Riley got pulled over and cited for operating with passengers without having a valid CPC. He tried to fight it in court, lost. Appealed it, lost. Appealed to the next higher court, the most recent one, lost. His rationale for saying that he didn't have the requirement for a CPC, his claim that his transportation is not the transportation of people, but the transportation of his cell phone.
Because that's part of his business equipment or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just so,
What is his business?
A bus company. You're just renting out buses, I think, for transport people.
That doesn't have anything to do with transporting people. Clearly.
Yeah.
And there were customers in there as well, weren't there?
Yeah, it's a glorified taxi company. I say a glorified taxi company because taxi companies are licensed different to bus companies.
Now
he only uses 17-seater buses.
Yeah. Well, Fino does have a good question. So does that mean that a tank truck driver delivering Soylent Green needs a CPC? That is a very good question, sir. One that I do not have the answer to.
Oh boy,
I do.
I haven't started drinking to actually be able to answer that.
Hold on. At that
You
point,
don't need a CPC to drive a hearse.
yes. At that point, the people are the product and not the customer. So you're
So
just
if he was
transporting
delivering
a product.
So if he was delivering prostitutes in his buses, then he'd be
would
good.
That would be quite the loophole. But wait a minute, doesn't England have laws against human trafficking?
Yes, and prostitution.
Well,
then what did Jared and Bob do?
It was considered illegal for us to use 50 caliber machine gun fire against troops, being that it violated the Geneva Convention.
For being inhumane.
Right, but we could use the 50 cal could be used to fire at equipment, and
so it so happens that you do it while the equipment is being operated on.
Yeah, so we wouldn't use the 50 cal against troops. We would use the 50 cal against their flak jacket, their web gear, their rifle. We're not aiming at canteens. Yep. Those are legitimate targets.
Boots.
Yep.
Well, so here is the cream on the top. And Terry Davies had the quote in the chat. The judge, one of the judges, either Beach or the one before him, in their reply on why the appeal was denied, said, "We are at a loss as to how the opinion expressed here was even formed."
I want to read that ruling now.
Oh, I'm sure that Sean has that on his computer.
Yeah, but then
it's a matter of public knowledge, so you can download it for free. I think you just need to know where to find it.
You know, Fino does have a valid question, and there are two of us I know who are qualified to respond to it. Can you get away with driving gingers? They do not have souls. They do not have souls, so they might not completely count as people. Bo, let me know if you hang on. Let me know if you agree with this correction or not. It's not that gingers lack a soul; they have a soul for every freckle on their body.
Well, actually, when I'm out walking or whatever, I have two souls, and I step on them every single time. And I do believe even in aviation, they're starting to not mention how many people they have on board during a pan or a mayday by saying so and so many souls, but passengers or people or packs even. So, but buses, no, two per person. Yeah.
But what if someone could effectively call themselves a tripod?
Well, I'm a quad. No, wait. I would be a femtoped at the moment. Not just a quadruped, but a femtoped. But no, I would have to have a certain someone to make sure all my freckles are counted, though. Unfortunately, she is not my physical therapist anymore. Damn it. But that makes it possible to actually, ask her out, though.
All you have to do is bend over and I'll count your freckles.
Oh, I wouldn't mess up that chance to fart on you or shit on you. So
where was the cricket sound? We should have had the cricket sound there.
Jay had to drop out for a second. He's probably getting ready to cook. But
and damn it, I can't seem to find that video I was looking for.
Are you looking on the proper porn site?
It's not that kind of porn. Well, to some it may be, but not someone who got finished, learning all there is about working an M60, and then they changed to the M1A1.
Wait. So you're not denying that it's porn, just not that kind of porn.
Mm-hmm. I mean, anyone, and I do mean anyone who claims to not have never watched porn is a liar.
The hub,
Or-
man. Go look on the hub.
All right. Let's. Are we talking about the last few? Pig, don't make
What?
me hurt you.
No.
What?
God damn it, Pig. God damn it, Pig.
What did I do?
You're
What?
watching porn right now.
No. It's what he said in the hub chat 2 minutes ago. Are you trying to pull a Kyle?
Maybe.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm just
Well,
trying to
I
see
know
if I
quite
can
a few people that
provoke
would
a
like
reaction.
to pull Kyle on a certain part, but that's probably not what you're talking about.
I won't even go there.
Well, I wouldn't either. I'm not gay, so.
You don't have to be gay. You just have to brace for impact.
No. It's only
God.
gay. No, it's only gay if you enjoy it or make eye contact.
But what if you force eye
Or
contact?
or do the the damn it, courtesy reach around without getting asked.
Oh, and so I've been.
I
meaning
heard.
I've been meaning to do this, and I'm gonna have to do it during movie night as part of it, just so I can get it done. There are some demotivational poster pics that I have, and one of them is quite epic. It actually, you know what? Since I'm not the one actually streaming, I will just go ahead and fucking find it and then screen share it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Because there are a lot of them.
It's as if you should have me do this full time.
No.
Was that clear enough? I'm not sure.
But Jared.
No. Oh, where is it under archive? Oh,
look on your hub profile.
Oh.
It's in there somewhere.
Actually, you know what? Hang on. Pig, just to make up for it. There's going to be a new folder in the team drive in a second,
Okay.
and I think you will rather enjoy it. It's going to be a completely new drive itself.
Oh, and while Jared is occupied, I have a question, and yeah, Jared may be able
42.
to actually answer it without getting, confused. What TV series is this from? It's not a line from a specific series, but it kind of is anyway. Not everybody keeps their genitals in the same place.
Oh, come on! I can even give you the scene. I can even.
Yeah, I
tell
know.
you the
I
actor
know.
who
That's
said
why I
it.
wanted to have
I know.
somebody
Not
else
his knees.
try and answer it without having you being just jumping all over it. And he's said by the one that really shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff because he's kind of emotionless.
He's not the one who said it. It was the female.
No. Yeah.
No. It was him. He said it.
No.
wasn't there.
No.
Wasn't
Star
there.
Trek. Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. It was in Rurapente in the Klingon prison. The only Starfleet officers who were there were Kirk and McCoy.
Yep.
It was the
The
shapeshifter.
shapeshifter. Yep.
All right.
Okay, I'll just
so
paste it in
everyone
here
keep
just to
their
make
genitals
sure.
in the same place.
I have
Yep.
a question.
Kick,
Jared.
kick dude in the knee, and it was like kicking him in the crotch. Yep.
So Jared,
Ultron.
is it gonna lie for it, video archive, BTW files, or just the facts?
No, refresh. There's a brand new folder called For the Pig.
You have to add me to it.
Oh. Why doesn't it do it automatically? Fucking thing.
No. I love having a little mute switch for my microphone. So, like, in the middle of my conversation.
Yeah, now if only you could leave it that way.
Fuck you. For the pig. For the pig.
Yeah, that one. Those do not go over air. If you want to post them in the Discord, and people can see them.
Okay, I have to make sure I'm not going to bring these over here. Hold on, let me put on studio mode so everything stays locked. There you go.
But in the meantime, this was the one that came to mind initially.
It's great.
Jeez.
And there's also this one.
That's fucking racist, man. What the hell?
No, that's not a race.
Oh wait, that's bigoted. Excuse me. There you go.
These are kind of mediocre for porn, Jared.
But think, those are safe enough for work, unless you have a particular type of person in your workspace, and then they get all butthurt. But what was really funny with that person is they had no problem with it whatsoever, and then she went and became born again Christian and got knocked up with, and had a kid 7 months later.
Now wait a minute, Jared.
This
Why
sounds a
does the
bit
bird on the right? Why does
Damn
the
it.
bird on the right remind me of how Look a Pig would appear?
Oh, how about this one? This one was the genesis of one of the famous memes that actually Peter had made about Brooke.
Well, see, Look a Pig would like that. See, that's his
I
thing.
would like either side, like to be, you know, the butt or to be the sex.
I had to find a I had to find a I'm sorry card for that. They actually make those, you know.
Oh, that reminds me of my dog. He does stupid shit like that.
Hey, Jared, just to make sure, getting back to that that line before, who do you say said it?
It was the character's name I can't remember right now, but the actress who played her was played by Iman.
Okay, yeah, the
Oh, wait, are
very
you talking about
good-looking, brown girl? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just
Conan
thought
the
you meant
Destroyer?
the
Oh wait,
phone.
no, that's somebody else.
Hey,
But
Jared,
yeah,
is it okay if
I said corrected.
Is it okay if I show the USAF one? United States Air Force? I mean, that's
Oh,
not
the
that
Air Force
bad.
one? The Air Force one actually should be in the regular slideshow, so go for it.
Good.
But how about this one with the double dare? This is something I could see Pig doing.
Yes, definitely.
Or somebody pig
There's-
not doing all the time.
Hold on. There's a lack of electricity.
Oh god damn it!
yeah,
Wait
okay.
a minute.
Do
I
you
need
not-
another beer. I need
do you-
another beer.
Do you not see the truck coming down the road at them?
Yes, but you need to like smash out the lights of the truck, right? And then run a wire to my nipples.
No, just take out the battery and just hook it straight.
Oh,
I know you, Pig. I know you, Pig.
I know you do.
Hey, 12 volts is not enough if you just use the nipples. Trust me, I've actually tried it just for fun. You need about when you get to about 48 volts, then you start feeling a tingle. DC, of course. If you swap it out for AC, ooh, that's a different story.
Were these your
It's a
nipples
little
or
bit
someone
more
else's,
vigorous.
though?
Well, our
Were these
tanks ran
your
on a
nipples or
24
someone
volt
else's?
system, and
Hmm.
if you touch the wrong damn thing, you are definitely going to feel something. So
Damn it,
I
Jared!
think I could.
The entire time I forgot something. Go ahead and show those.
But
again.
just running a DC, 24 volt DC through your arms, for example, that wouldn't make anything. I mean, it wouldn't. Even if you had very, very soaked and wet hands, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. Unless you had an alternator running there that had a lot of AC bias.
Can I show this?
Ooh. What is
Hello.
it that you want me to share?
Okay, if you want to. This is being broadcast.
Taste the rainbow.
Anyone else have a craving?
Oh, sorry.
Taste the rainbow.
I've never actually tasted Skittles.
Oh, that was kind of a fuck up there, Jared.
Why do I want candy?
What, me showing that one?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I kind of clicked off pretty
Oh,
fast.
well. My phone just reminded me of something. I'll be right back.
Okay, get your dick and put it in your hand.
But no, this was the original one that came to mind.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, I actually had a TC that was a jiu-jitsu instructor, and that's absolutely correct. Well, for about half a second until I found myself laying flat on the ground
Kinky.
multiple times.
Okay.
Asshole.
So there's something I was wanting to do on OBS,
Okay.
and then I completely forgot.
Because you got
Maybe-
distracted by this.
ADHD is a bitch.
Oh, is there a way to make it so like number pad 1, number pad 2, etc. It goes through scenes?
I don't know.
Okay.
Then there's always the classic.
Oh yeah, I love that
Yep.
one.
I have seen this station.
That's
I-
not always true, but we did have donuts brought in on Friday. So, yeah, sometimes it's true.
Why
in
am I
Denver,
not surprised?
Wait, who's
in
cop?
Denver,
What's that?
Who was the cop?
Well, I'm cop-ish, more fed.
He's
Yeah,
my
he's
federal
actually
agent
duty
daddy.
CID.
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me that one time. Never mind. My bad.
Yeah, he's the one I call dad.
Yeah, I'm the new dad. What the hell happened?
God damn it, man! You fucked up somewhere.
I did.
So yeah, for those people who didn't see, this is the one that I'm saying I could see Pig doing this. Doesn't even need to be a dare. I can see him doing this.
You can see Pig jumping that high?
Look at exactly
With a trampoline.
Not to mention pants down around the ankles, everything flopping in the breeze. Are you saying you couldn't see this happening?
See, the things I doubt about that high, and two,
Okay,
him
can we
starting
get
with
that
his
image off
pants
the?
on.
Can we get that off the screen?
Because to have your pants down, you have to have pants on first.
Hey,
Oh, okay, fair point.
that is true.
good
I
enough,
mostly
yeah.
walk around naked in my house. The only time I do have
And
pants on
play-
is if when there's someone inside the house.
That's how you play video games too.
Yeah,
I can
it is.
attest.
Trust me, he knows.
Pure fucking accident.
So I was showing him my screen. I'm butt ass naked in my chair, and the screen goes black for loading.
Yeah, he's playing a video game and showing me, he's like, look at the graphics. The graphics on this are awesome. And for like a minute, we're talking about the graphics. And then it goes to the load screen, to the pitch black fucking screen, and a nice reflection of what's in the mirror.
Hey, look,
Me
here's my
butt-ass
dick.
naked. He only got
Never
to see it
accept
for
the
a
camera
second,
request.
and then I smacked it down.
Never
Yeah, I think
accept
everybody
the
was like,
camera.
he's like, ah!
Oh, I forgot I had this.
You can't. There's some shit you can't unsee. That's all I'm saying.
Can I show this?
This can be. So this is the proposed new eval form before I got out.
Oh Jesus!
Brown
Man,
nose
fuck all
action.
that
Son of a
nonsense.
bitch, really? What's that?
What?
Oh, there we go.
Fucking brain damage. This cup of coffee has a higher IQ.
Oh, wait. First, let's look at this. Never been at sea / hiding. Height, weight within standards, or just fucking fat. Swim call. Can't fucking
swim.
Now, I could actually swim. Let's accurately mark this, okay?
Oh, there's no mark.
Swim or float?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a difference between swimming and floating.
I can do both.
Meat.
You know, that there is a difference of muscles and fat. You know, I mean, it's
Meat
fat
standard.
has
There's only enough, but still
or-
dangerous.
Could occasionally blow out of that.
or below standards. Has to take off shoes to count higher than 10.
No. Couldn't count his balls and get the same number twice.
Multilingual. Multilingual can translate fuck into 55 dialects fluently.
Team fucking builder inspires motherfucking teamwork.
That sounds like a verse that didn't get into the Team America song.
This is one that I almost put on my next eval after I found this.
Oh yeah, you got to be able to do that. I mean, that's just a gimme.
Now, what about if it's my asshole, like physically?
It doesn't talk back, so no.
It can make noises.
Noises are not communication.
What if I
Doesn't
did
give
it
a
in
shit.
Morse
Never
code?
been, never will. Oh, shit's hilarious. Goes like a son of a bitch if there's money in it.
Holy shit.
Look at this one.
Oh, I knew several of those.
Yep.
Brown noses and poor standing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, military bearing, appearance, physical fitness, right here. The only way to make E5 is to know when to time it.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Well, for example, or constable as we call it here, that's a skill, a very smart skill to have.
Who has a bomb going off?
That would be my food.
Every Marine Lance Corporal learns that one early.
Knows where the shortcut's at. Yep.
Shouldn't 18 for the very left be like frequent visitor of the fan room?
No,
No? Okay.
no, because that stuff doesn't get documented.
Okay.
Performance rate. Mission accounts.
Lacks common sense, clueless in planning or prioritizing. All jobs done are fucked up.
I knew some brass like that.
In short, a fucking worthless motherfucker.
Exactly. I knew some lieutenants that were exactly that.
You mean
beat
like
me to it.
You mean like this one couldn't fucking lead a pack of hungry wolves to meat?
Exactly. Oh.
That sort of reminds me of fuck. Oh, never mind.
Always gets the job done if not preoccupied with pussy and money. That's me.
Occasionally tell him to get fucked.
Me too. Yep.
Can sell
Raising
ice
dictator.
to an Eskimo.
Rising
Yep.
dictator. Spot on.
Yeah, there were times people thought that of me, and I just laughed. So the promotion recommendation. So this would be a 1.0. You are fucked up. 2.0. Still fucking you. 3.0. Fucked. 4.0. If you are not careful, you're fucked. 5.0. The motherfucker. Actually, we ended up changing this one to say BAMF.
Well, shouldn't one of those at least be foobar?
That's this one here.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
oh,
your
okay.
navigator. Your navigator is
Back to
football.
the screen, so.
Yeah, that's significant problems, or you are fucked up.
Well, if somebody enlists for the Navy, I guess you are fucked up. Yeah. You don't know where I live, so fuck you. Well, then
That's right.
again,
Go Army.
I did give Garrett my address so he can send me a fucking jacket, but yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, yeah, you're across the pond. You're fairly safe.
Well, that and I've been working like 60-hour weeks.
But yeah, I may be across the pond, but I did used to go to the American Embassy, somewhat frequently. For some equipment rentals and that kind of thing.
What
So
was her name?
Sure, you did.
I did. What the hell? And I'm not that kind of guy. When I'm working, I'm working. I don't. I mean, hey, I've been at what do you call those conventions where it has to do with sex toys and so on. They do shows every half hour. In the beginning. Oh yeah, I was concentrating more on what's going on on the stage than at the console. But after a couple of nights,
They're not called shows; they are demonstrations.
Yeah, sure. Well, on paper, maybe.
Are these like how to and how not to type demonstrations?
Clockwork, your mic.
They didn't use that much toilet paper or tissues, so it's mostly how to. If you count out the small accidents they did have on occasion.
How did it get worse?
With
Clockwork, your
with
mic.
molten candle wax and that kind of thing.
All of a sudden, it got greasy up in here.
Now he's a robot.
Damn, Rex.
You have a robot?
It might be me. Hang on, let me refresh.
Oh, it is definitely
It's
you.
not
Oh, yeah,
connected,
it's you.
it's hardware.
Oh, while we're totally not talking about that, Pig, you asked before about if you could use the number pad as a hotkey, for example. With OBS, I don't know how, but I
Yes,
do
I
know
already
from
have it
other
set up.
people. Yeah, I do know from
you
other
figured
people
it
that you can actually connect a separate keyboard. You can have several separate keyboards set up individually to use as a remote control for OBS.
Yes, I already figured it out.
Yeah, so.
Like if I hit 0, hit 1, it goes to scene 1. If I hit 2, it goes to scene 2.
Yeah, just remember number luck too.
You don't hit 0.
I mean,
That
I
and I
do
can
hate the
turn it
0
off,
function on the Harris radios that we use, the RF 7600, because too many people are curious as to what it does. And they like that stuff, the voice in their earpiece that says, zeroized armed, press OK. They kind of want to do it, and sometimes they actually do. So I have to whip out the computer and programming it again. It's fucking annoying. So, yeah.
So here's the amazing thing, right? I can toggle it on or off. Like if I want to actually do it, like if I want to use my numpad, I can do that. Then I can turn my numpad off and then hit end, and then that will do scene 1. So it's all set up correctly.
Yay.
Riveting.
Are you enjoying your new
again-
laptop, Pig?
Where's Jay with his crickets?
Okay, is this better?
Yes.
A little bit.
You still got a little bit
Am
of
I
a
not
buzz.
like well, I don't know what it is.
This is as good as it gets, Clock. You're good.
But it's
It
only
doesn't sound like
multiple-
you're recording submarine and the microphone's on the outside, at least.
Okay, fair enough.
Aw, this sucks. But I like sonar buoys. Okay, there wouldn't be any buoys on a sub for sonar, I guess, but the other way around again.
Hey, I'm just an army guy. I do the best I can.
Yeah, well, and that's usually better than every other branch, so we're good.
Metal.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Oh, Clock. Don't touch it.
Hey, it's just 60 hertz hum. Maybe
Hey,
someone hasn't had their computer earthed or grounded. Sorry.
Pig,
Or
we've
not.
been trying to tell you not to touch it for months now, and you still touch it.
Listen, my
Hey,
penis
as
is
long as he
different.
As long as he touches it himself, no babies will come of it. Think of that part.
But
That's true.
I should have children because they're the only ones
Ugh.
that will love me.
No, I'm leaving. That's just no. Fuck no. I mean, not fuck. Oh, shit. My brain hurts now.
Instructions
Oh, there we
unclear. Dick stuck in vagina. Uh-oh.
You gotta find a vagina first, Pig.
I can send you pictures of my ex.
Having an engorged member is not a good thing, I think.
They make a pill for that.
Yeah, the anti-Viagra.
So, Pig, this ex you keep talking about, how did she get out of the basement, anyways?
It's sort of like
This isn't even
Caleb
in
Brown.
Germany.
Like she wasn't never in the basement. That was the problem.
Yeah, she wouldn't be your ex if you kept her in the basement.
True. I should have just locked her away in the basement. Fuck.
Are you sure we're not actually talking about a mannequin?
I can definitely assure you this was not a mannequin.
Hey, I've been watching the what is it? The Umbrella. Oh crap! The Umbrella.
Oh, the Umbrella
Umbrella
Academy.
Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Umbrella Academy on YouTube.
It's a good. It's an okay show.
Yeah, a series. Yeah, it in the beginning no, but it grew on me.
Yeah. My favorite part
too
was
fixated on-
Vietnam. That was interesting.
But
Well,
it's
see, I haven't got that far yet. So,
Well, I'm sorry.
no spoil.
so yeah. Thanks a lot, Big. Yeah.
Well,
well, I'm
it's not like an entire episode. It's just like a side story.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you didn't exactly say everything, so fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah. I just mentioned a place. You don't even know about like the aliens.
Well, my favorite character is Seance, the guy that can see dead people. He's fucking great.
Yeah. The crackhead in a
Yeah.
He's
skirt.
not a crackhead.
Sister's
He's a
skirt.
heroin addict. There's a difference.
Well, he does it all.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
if he can get his stinky fingers on it, he's going for it.
For
But
the
yeah.
past
Oh,
hour, I have been fucking with the position of where people are on the bottom left-hand corner. I'm just gonna lock it and never touch it again.
Probably a good idea.
And put on a chastity belt just for keepsake.
No.
Well,
Those
for
are
for
too
the sake of
restrictive.
humanity. Oh, so you've tried it, I guess.
There may be in a time where fetishes, man.
He will not deny or confirm anything.
Hey, no kink shaming here. This is a safe space.
And there was another visual I
You've
didn't
been here
need.
for long, have you?
There's some shit you just can't unsee. There's just some shit you can't unsee.
And there are things you can't unthink.
That too.
All right, I'd like to say farewell to Alan. R.I.P.
Night, Alan.
Yeah, good night, guys.
Yeah.
Don't die
Morning.
now.
Night.
Later, Alan. Take care.
Have a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
Alan.
try.
He's been up for a long time, and He's had a 2.5-year-old in the house, keeping him entertained.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
boy.
I
Those
have to
are
say
always
that
fun.
there is nothing more adorable than a little British accent.
Well, there is actually Australian.
Hello there. Good to see
Same
you all
thing.
once
Same
again.
thing.
This is just a brief video.
Depends on if it's from a prisoner call. Oh wait, the whole island. Oh, never mind. Consonant, but yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna dip out as well. My kids are back home and want to play Mario Kart against me.
Hey, so when am I playing
Go
with you
us.
guys?
All right.
You
Have a
guys
good
have
one, bud.
fun. Talk to you later.
Tell
Good
Mom
luck.
I said goodnight.
I'll tell Mom you said goodnight.
Thanks, Dad.
I love you, boy.
I love you too, Dad. Thank you.
Oh, Jared, I just have to congratulate you. You lucky son of a bitch.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, having Furball around and getting rid of that
To be
stick ass
fair, I
character.
am upgrading from Jared.
Yeah, well, Furball isn't.
Well,
He says he has
Furball's
seen improvements, so that's all that matters.
in all fairness, Furball's a soldier, so standards, you know. Just saying.
Are lower.
I didn't say it. You said it. I didn't say it.
Wait, what? Hang on. What the fuck just happened here? I think we got dissed, folks. I think we got dissed.
True.
Well, yeah. I mean, we come on. This is obvious. When the puny little people there they can't win on the battlefield, the real battlefield. What do they do? Well, they turn to insults and other kinds of ridiculousness. So,
Well, they are seamen. So.
All all I got to say to that is, have you seen the size of my gun tube?
Oh, I see that gun too. I need to interrupt real quick. There's one thing I'd like to shill out one last time, and that is the Side Strike movie night area that is coming out in like 3 hours. So make sure you check that out.
Oh, I'm
you're
already
a bit
hammering
slow,
my
looking
liver.
big. You're a bit slow, aren't you?
I'm not.
It has
slow.
been done.
It has been done, but I'm making sure the new people are aware.
Yeah, with your usual way of spamming a chat. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the only way to do it is spam the chat.
Oh, was
Yeah,
he
but then
spamming you?
you complain when other people do it.
Yes, I will. I will always complain.
Which makes him kind of perfect for the military because we
Well,
complain
yeah, fair
about just
enough.
about everything.
Fair enough.
Well,
Kinky.
that's almost as like farmers across the world, I guess. If it's when it's raining, it's either raining too much or too little.
I should have did
and
1080p
it's
because
either too cold or too hot.
sorry for interrupting, but I should have did 1080p because I am sub 10% on my CPU.
Yeah, and you also cleaned up part of the presentation, so it's
Yeah,
amazing
true.
how that works, huh?
But I've been doing a lot more.
By actually
for it on
having a
the side.
computer to work on as a producer. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't my fault. Now I have one, okay? And don't make me pick your nose.
What?
I'm picking your
Not
nose.
having a computer?
Yeah, I'm picking your nose. Aw, Tech.
You're not back.
What?
Schrodinger! There you go.
And I'm back.
I apologize. Technical difficulties with my new mic.
What
you
kind of
got
microphone
it.
is it?
Yeah.
It's a dynamic Samsung Q2U.
Ew.
Here, I'll show
Samsung.
you.
Well, hey, if it's a Samsung, it's at least better than Yeti. So, Samsung actually
Okay.
produce professional products, and
Keep it up
Yeti
there.
doesn't. They make good microphones, fair enough, but they're not professional.
See,
Yeah, I
Just
had to have
saying.
that conversation with my son, and he was trying to argue with me. He's like, "No, all the professional streamers use a Yeti," and I'm like, "Then why the fuck don't all the fucking professional recording studios use a Yeti? I mean, if it's that good, or is it just that good for the cost?"
It's that good for the cost.
Yeah, it's that good for the price, and it's also easy to use.
Yeah, this one's
It's
actually
a nice mic. It's a nice mic. Don't get me wrong, but it has nothing, absolutely nothing on my Sterling Audio mic that I had when I was recording music. I paid $500 for that mic, and
Oh, yeah.
that mic right there will fucking it make you sound so soft and just like perfect. Like it had like a perfect compression or
And that's
voice
a good
range,
time
and
on the road, too.
man, it was so nice.
Well,
You
and
would
that-
never hear the high shrieking you would never hear or
Well, and that's something that I would remind people of. When it comes to things, especially electronics, it is still true today for a vast majority of the time. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why my $5 earbud mic sounds like shit.
And you know what? It doesn't matter if it's for earbuds or microphones or radios or whatever. You could have a truly professional piece of equipment right next to a cheap piece of equipment that sound just as good. You can have that, yeah. But how long will the two last? Either because of humidity or vibration,
right?
Or the
Most
music.
of the time, the electronics, the cost of electronics is varied because the cost of the components on the inside are of lower quality or higher quality. So when you buy something that's really expensive, it's not really expensive because of the name. It's really expensive because of the components inside and what they're created from. A lot of them use more pure metals. A lot of the resistors don't, or not really resistors, but capacitors in a TV. Let's say the capacitors that are higher quality will last longer than the capacitors that are lower quality. So I mean,
There's also a matter of there's also the matter of a very a much higher level of quality control in component design too. I mean, you could be a so-called shitty component production company, but if you actually have a stringent, quality control department, you can actually, do some pretty good stuff and sell it. You have a lot of
The
loss.
follow-up and warranties have something to do with it too. If they answer when you
Oh, yeah.
call up and you have a question, there's
Oh, that
somebody on the
reminds
phone
me.
being Johnny on the spot. That's worth something too.
Yeah, that reminds me.
Huh?
I was gonna say that reminds me. I got an email from Rode that I need to talk to them about.
Well, I bought this Logitech webcam, and then found out that it didn't work with iMovie, which was the platform I was using to make videos. So now
how
I gotta
does
find
it
a
not work?
workaround.
How does it? Hold on. That doesn't sound right. How does Logitech not work with iMovie if it's just a video capture device, and you're simply pulling the video capture device and feeding it into your editor software?
I don't know, but I couldn't get it to even recognize it, and so I went to YouTube and searched for a video about it, and found a video that said it doesn't work with it, but you can use.
Does it not work with your
another,
iMovie, or does it not work with your iMac, or does it not work with iMovie?
Well, I use an iMac and I use iMovie, and the Logitech camera doesn't work.
Goddamn,
so
believe
it doesn't recognize it.
What?
So I have
Okay.
I know what it is.
Wait, let me rephrase the question. Does it not work in entirety when it's hooked up to the iMac, or only when you're running the program?
Oh, only in iMovie. I can use a different software, record a video, and then import it into iMovie.
That's
but
crazy.
I can't use it in iMovie.
That's crazy. I can't believe that they would do that.
You know what?
It could be a licensing thing.
Try. You could try and use VLC player.
Apparently, in older versions,
60
it
hertz.
did, but in the current version, it doesn't.
Well, there's an option that you can use a VLC player to do screen recordings, etc. You could also just try and pipe the Logitech camera, until they fix it. Pipe that through VLC player, and then connect VLC player to iMovie.
Right.
without
Yeah.
record it first and
Yeah.
then import it, but do it live.
Yeah. That's the workaround that I'm using right now.
Still sucks though.
Yeah. You just have to record it somewhere else and then import it.
Yeah. What I'm saying is you can use without recording it first. Just use VLC player to capture, and while you do that, send it directly to a movie maker. Sorry.
You just need to learn to use fucking Adobe Audition, or I think it's Adobe Audition, either Adobe Audition or Adobe Premiere. One of those.
Premiere is the video.
Video creator, yeah. Premiere's a video creator.
Yeah, you
use
have
that
to
one.
pay a pretty penny for it too.
No, there's a workaround on that without even having to pirate the thing. They messed up in the 2019 software. They put editable trial numbers. So every time your 7-day trial is up, you just edit the number to any number. Just change one digit in the number, regardless of what it is, and regardless of what you change it to, and it will reset your trial version for 7 more days. So you do that once a week.
Well, I would love to learn how to do that.
Well, technically,
there's videos
it's illegal.
online.
Technically, it isn't illegal. That's nice.
No, it's not illegal because you're not actually altering the software itself. You're just altering a.
Oh yeah, that's
editable
right.
text
It's not the
file.
it's a text file, not the software.
Yeah.
Okay.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's only illegal if they have a top-notch
And that gives
lawyer
you
actually getting
access-
control of your computer.
Right now, so if you start making money off of those illegal programs, then they can come to you and say you didn't have a valid license, but you still have an argument in court. They could take you to court, but it would just really be, it would be a
And,
toss up.
and there's going to be nothing for them if you're not.
a Patreon. I don't have a PayPal. I don't have shit.
Yeah, I would do it because you can use every single Adobe program that way. You can use Photoshop, After Effects, Premiere. I use Media Encoder.
Or
So-
you have my email. Send me a link to how to do that.
It's simply you can search on YouTube. Actually, there's a link I'll give you, but the easy way to do it is just search on YouTube. So I found all of it.
Okay.
Hey,
But I'll send you a link that I have. I'll send you a link that I have.
Okay.
Something came to mind. You were talking about you having conversation with your son about that microphone stuff.
Yeah.
Did you? No. Team Skeptic. I mean, did you
Oh,
happen to have your dinger at the ready? And did you use it?
I don't carry a dinger. I just I swat him one
wait,
real good.
Wait,
I backhand him.
wait. Did you just admit to using a strap-on?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What did I say? I didn't.
You said you don't carry around a dinger.
Oh, a portable dinger. Okay, my non-portable dingers are always on me. But yeah,
have
no,
you
I
had
just
trouble sleeping lately? You're not all that switched on right now, are you?
I try to put my dinger right next to my face when I sleep. Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, sorry.
If
My,
you need any help, I can supply
I
you
was
with
trying
a
to help
dinger.
when I was trying to help Schrodinger's cat. I unplugged my soundboard and it reset my entire sound pad. So I'm trying to load that all right now.
Why don't they make that
Hey,
thing better? Loads
Jay
up
Brown,
in
can
the
I?
RAM?
What's
Jay
up?
Brown, can I give
Hi.
you a suggestion, man?
What?
I know it's gonna suck because your channel is unique and everything. I was looking for you the other day and I could not.
No, I
find
know.
you,
My
man.
my wife was
You
doing
got
that too.
to
I'm
change your name.
I-
There's
I'm
so
going
many
to.
people that want to be Jay Brown because it sounds cool, and I'll agree with you. Sounds pretty goddamn cool. You can even add something to the put your rating or something or USN at the end of it, or just change the name or put podcast or something just so we can find you. Because I was trying to link
Yeah.
somebody to your channel, and I literally could not because I eventually found it through I had to go back to one of my live streams and see you post in the live stream, so I could click in the chat, so I could click on your name and open your channel that way. But
Yeah,
it's
I know
just
what
too
you're
hard
talking
to
about.
find you. It's just too hard to find you, and I think you have good content. I think more people need to be able to easily find you.
Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of speaking of my content. I'm actually in the middle of covering that Joe Rogan, Tim Pool, and uh, Jack Dorsey, and what's her name from Twitter. That 3.5 hour mess.
Oh,
That stand-up comedian that who thinks she's funny when she, what is it, takes a photo with her holding, what was it, Trump's head and just being covered in blood?
No, no. That I mean, that's kind of part of it, but that's not it entirely.
But is it her?
No,
Okay.
it's Twitter's actual head of trust and safety, and basically she's a former lawyer, and she helps make the policies and stuff.
Okay. But again, in terms of you know, stuff outside the world, outside my walls, I haven't really been, looking at social stuff really.
Oh, you mean you haven't been looking at? Speaking of veteran stuff, you haven't been looking at this type of stuff on Twitter?
Who the hell is Jay Glazer?
Oh, Jay Glazer is a football pundit, an American football pundit.
Yeah, not real football.
On
Fox.
Is he still with
No,
Fox, or
I
has
don't think he is.
branched out?
I think he's now with NBC because he's part of Pro Football Talk, I think.
Okay, so yeah, he started on Fox, and I actually read that plan, and
That's funny.
I support it.
It's actually
That's funny.
Who wrote this?
So
that's
the
not how you write seals. It's all capitals.
so
it's an acronym.
hang on. So the text in that middle there is from Jay Glazer, a sports guy.
Yeah.
Who is an MMA, who does train with MMA, so he's taking a few punches to the head.
Yeah, so you can be a little bit forgiving in that, but his thinking and his reasoning for why, especially the head refs in American football, should be ex-military of those groups, is actually a sound reasoning for it. Because think about it, Kat. How under pressure, how would you rate the decision-making skills of a SOC service member versus a lawyer?
Well, there's different types of lawyers.
Let me just point you towards one game in particular, and I have no bias of either team or I don't root for either team, but New Orleans and St. Louis Rams in the NFC Championship game this year.
Oh yeah, the fourth. It was what, inside of 2 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Missed pass
Yeah.
interference, or
blatantly
defensive
missed.
holding. You can call it one of a million ways, but the ball was in the air. It's by definition defensive pass interference. It should have been
And
played
the
on
no
like
call.
the 2-yard line.
Yeah, the no call on it altogether. But yeah,
But even that, those are not like those type of calls are not they're not the ones that they're talking about. Those are judgment calls by the ref, and the
Oh, yeah.
refs
No,
are
I know.
supposed to. Now, I'm kind of one of those people. I'm like, look, I like the sanctity of the game. So if they did all the officiating from off the field, get the referees off the field. They don't need to be on there. They need to have one ref that places the ball down with a whistle that tells everybody to stop, and that's what they need. And then they need to have a bunch of bouncers to run onto the field and separate the guys if they don't stop when the referee says stop. And then up top they would keep the game, say, oh look, yeah, there's a holding here, there's a pass interference here. It would just make the game more about the skill level and less about the skill level plus the human error of the officiating.
Do y'all know about some of the shit decisions that combat veterans make in combat?
Oh,
yeah. I could talk for hours.
Well, no, and this is where we go with the ones who are in the position where they have to be able to make sound decisions in that high stress environment, not your average.
Well,
okay.
I do have a question about.
Okay, on my last deployment before I retired, I was in Germany, at AFRICOM, we had a situation where a Green Beret got drunk, got on a razor, did donuts, and flipped it over, and now he's paralyzed from the waist down.
Yes, but again, you are involving alcohol. We're talking like in the combat environment where they are sober.
No, I can give you 100 examples of in combat. These people are not superhuman. They're just like everybody else.
Oh, I'm not saying that they're perfect, but I would trust them to actually analyze what's going on better than what has been put on the field by the NFL for officiating crews.
I wouldn't. I would trust them to analyze a combat environment. I would trust an NFL referee to analyze a football environment.
But doesn't that just come down to a matter of specifics of training?
Yes. And what is a Green Beret or a SEAL trained in? And what is an NFL referee trained in?
Well, here's the problem is the NFL officiating crews really aren't that trained because they are not full-time positions. They are part-time.
So the solution...
Head official is the only full-time ref.
The solution will be train them better, not bring in former SEALs and, Green Berets and Delta members. Like that's a dumbass. Like that's like what?
I got a side
thing. It's like saying physicists are really great at physics, so let's make them chess referees.
I got to side with Cat on this. I know, I can't say I know any Navy SEALs. I can't say I even know any Force Recon guys, even though I used to work with them. I do know two.
Smart.
Yeah, I do know two former Green Berets, and in their talking about military operations, they are sharp as a tack. Talking about the careers that they took in the civilian world, they are sharp as a tack. Talk about any fucking thing else, and they are dumb as a box of rocks.
Well, no, and that's the thing is take their mentality, take their work ethic that has come from successful completion of that military training path, and notice right there, you just said, ask them about their profession, which requires new training, fresh training, they're sharp as a tack. Wouldn't that be a good ability to have?
I don't think it'd be hard to train a SEAL to be like to be able to officiate a football game. If you taught him the rules and you taught him, what is and is not acceptable in the game, I'm sure that they could infer. I'm not. I'm just saying. I like the idea of having SEALs on the side, being the referees, but I really would like to see the game go more towards non-officiating, like all the officiating being done with technology. Because really that's one of the things that we are lacking in baseball and football is that we just stick to that human aspect of the game when we could easily remove the human aspect and be more accurate with the officiating.
Okay, let me tell a little story. So I was at SEAL Team 2, and we had a SEAL who burned his foot. He was I think in E4, burned his foot like really bad. So he had a bandage on his foot. He would walk around dragging this bandage, and the senior chief would have to scream at him every fucking day to rewrap his foot. The next day, he's dragging his bandage again and would have to get screamed at.
Yeah, but the couple of SEALs that I actually had met when the couple of SEAls that I had actually met
doing a certain
but what I'm saying is that the SEALs that I had met when I was coming up they were all ETs as well. So you're going to have people that are in harder ratings that are still going to be Navy SEAls. I mean, you don't
anymore.
have to get every dumb shit.
Now
but-
they're all SOs.
Yeah, that's something they stopped. They're no longer in core ratings. They have the SEAL operator rate.
Yeah, they're SOs.
How do they have that? Why? Who does their like radios? Like if they're in the field and the radio goes down, who's the one that tends to the radio?
I can speak to this. So at each team, there's a comm section with ITs that do the radios. And then from each platoon, you'll have a couple of dudes that they'll take out and they'll work with the ITs and they'll become the comm specialists. And then for because they used to have corpsmen that would become SEALs. Now, from all our medical section at the team, you'll grab a couple of dudes out of a platoon and they will become the medics because they'll train with the corpsmen. So that's how that works now.
Wow, that's crazy. I actually I chose ET over FC because at the time ETs weren't nukes, only FCs were able to go nukes. So we all shared the same C school, right? Is it A school's the more advanced school, right?
No. A school is the first step after.
Okay. Yeah, we went to A school together and then our C school took us somewhere else. But I wanted to be when I joined the Navy, I joined because I watched a Navy SEAL video or an EOD video is what I'd watch. And I was like, oh shit, that's badass. And then when I got to the military, I realized that it's the exact same qualifications to be EOD as it is to be SEAL. So that's why I stationed myself, like I scored top of my class, so I picked the closest thing to Coronado I could get, which was China Lake in the Mojave Desert. I went there, and that I got hurt there, but the whole time I was preparing to go through the process of going down to BUD/S training. In fact, I even went through all of the PT qualifications and everything. The only thing I couldn't get was the dive doctor to sign off on my physical. I couldn't pass my dive physical.
Right. But
well, and here's the thing. We're not.
I've got the utmost respect for the folks that I worked with, and a lot of them are dear friends, but they're just not superheroes.
Well, and here's the thing:
is they will tell you that they're not superheroes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, no, and here's the thing: is we're not saying that all of them would be able to cut it, because like the example you gave between that chief and the E4, you would take the chief, not the E4, because the E4 obviously couldn't hack it. He may be good as an operator in country, but that's about it. That's not the requirement we're looking for. What I took as a suggestion is looking at that talent pool to minimize the high stress mistakes that seem to be getting compounded, especially in a one game and you're done, one call and you're done situation that is late in the playoffs.
If they would just put all referees through advanced judo training, that would end all the problems with coaches running up and getting in their face, because it would just turn into a fucking hip throw that would result in less coaches becoming violent.
Or just advanced decision making training. Like, you don't have to send a dude through BUD/S. Just give him 6 months of training under stress.
Oh no, I have what I did was really cool. I actually was part of what was known as like a an advanced buds training team. So I was awaiting orders to go to buds, right? I was doing all this isn't how I got hurt. So I was part of a little group that was a local we come from all different bases in the local area. It was all people who were training to go on to be some kind of special forces, whether it was EOD, SWIC, or SEAL. So what
Right.
we would do is they would send us out into the desert and say, okay, you were ranked by order of seniority. It had nothing to do with your actual physical rank. It was all about whoever was the next in line to go off to the special training would be the CO. The next guy was the XO. Then you had section leaders and whatnot, and you broke it down. You had to assign watch and everything. And they would act. It was their way of training new SEALs, new SWIC, new. We only dealt with the SEALs, but they would have other groups that would come out, like New Marine Recon. They would do that, and what they would do is they would train those guys how to attack us.
Right.
So we were always their
They
attack
were,
dummies.
they were the Op 4.
Yeah, and all what we would do is we would literally try to defend ourselves against them. That's what our goal was. It was not a, hey guys, we're going to be attacking you on this day at this time. It was, hey, go out there and sometime within the next 3 to 4 days, we're going to, launch an assault on your base. And you would know they were coming, but you couldn't stop them.
Well, and here's the thing that I did when I was at VBSS school. Learned how to do Marine boardings. We were at the rifle range, and we had a specific set of targets we had to shoot. Well, they would play heavy metal music, and then they would shoot 50 cal rounds over our head while you're trying to shoot these targets. And it was just as stressful as fuck. So do that to these referees.
Just for curiosity, VBSS?
Visit board search and seizure. So say a ship is coming into port into Iraq right after we invaded it. We're going to board that ship. We're going to search it. We're going to talk to their captain. We're going to look at their papers. That's what we did. And we had to go to a school for that. That was very. I broke a rib during that school. So
it's almost like the confirmation on whether or not you've had a good party. Does the police come by? Maybe not, but does at least one person need an ambulance?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not giving it all you've got, I would call it a fail.
The thing is, I was the oldest guy in my class. Everyone mute. And I was.
But for testing, they don't give a damn about it, do they?
The oldest guy in my class. And
yeah, but for buds, they don't give a damn about your age, do they?
Well,
yeah. Can't take it into account.
I'm not even pretending like I went through buds. And
I heard it wrong then.
Yeah, I this was the VBSS school. Just teaching us how to go, how to board ships. We would sweep the ship. We would check everybody out. Check the decalogue on the ship, the captain. Make sure they didn't have any, bullshit aboard. But that school,
so cavity searches as well, not just for people, but cavity searches as well. I mean, that could take hours and hours.
Faces, it depends on how they were dressed.
I am curious now, and that brings up something that I've been wondering about with the modern Navy. Why aren't Marines doing that job anymore?
Because of the reduction in staffing, because of the manning reductions, they took the Marine security forces off the capital ships. And
Wait, capital ships? I don't get it.
aircraft carriers, cruisers, battleships.
Oh, you mean the more
we don't
important
even have
ones, or
battleships anymore.
Marines aren't on aircraft carriers?
Not anymore.
Only if
Wow.
they're an aviation squadron. That stopped in
Right.
the
We used to have what was
late
called
90s.
Mardet.
But they used to have a deployment force on aircraft carriers, didn't they? Like
Yeah.
a land
Right.
deployment.
Only at this point, the Marine detachments to naval ships are on your amphibs, where they have the entire expeditionary unit with the air wing. But if they are on an aircraft carrier, the Mardet that would be there is only if there is a Marine squadron in the air wing.
well, and if it's an aircraft carrier, American one, what would they launch? A RIB, or do they have more advanced craft for that?
They have smaller boats on the inside of the aircraft carriers.
Yeah, the aircraft carrier, the captain has a yacht, which is a little bit bigger than a RIB, and there are 3 to 4 RIBs on a Nimitz class for VBSS. And
Okay.
it's the security department who are all master at arms, and TAD personnel from the other departments are the ones who would be among the group that would be VBSS trained and go do that work.
It's just that I haven't, done any research, but I've never noticed any cranes on an aircraft carrier, except for the British one.
It is directly opposite of elevator 2 on the on the port side. So elevators 1, 2, and 3 are on the starboard side of the ship, the right-hand side if you're looking from above, with the ship going from bottom steaming up towards the top of your screen. There's only one elevator on the port side, number 4 elevator, which is down towards the ass end of the ship, the stern. If you roughly where elevator 2 is, if you go directly across to the port side, there's a wet station there about 15 to 20 feet above the water line. That's where the VBSS ribs are and the captain's yacht.
Yeah, okay. And I imagine that I'm sure that there's more elevators there than just for aircraft, but that's you're thinking about aircraft elevators to learn.
No, we're not talking about elevators. We're talking there's boat sponsons on the aircraft carriers that will pick up the rib, swing it out, and then drop it down. And there's crews standing by anytime there's flight operations going on. Just in case an aircraft goes in the water, there's ribs standing by, and not just for VBSS purposes, but for
retrieval.
If an aircraft goes in the water.
Yeah, but I thought that for retrieval, for a lifeboat or whatever, they would always just use helicopters.
It depends on how far out they are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
There's an aircraft in the. I'm trying to think of the order. I think the Hilo goes up first, and then the tanker, and then
AWAC.
all of the other. The AWACS.
Well,
and
Hilo,
all of the other aircraft.
Hilo, AWAC, tanker. Then you have your CFP, and then your attack wing.
That sounds about right. But in that entire time, there's a boat crew standing by. I know because I sat there and waited.
Okay,
Because
I'm complete.
Every boat crew who would go in the water has to have an officer. And so when I was in 01, I sat there. Right after getting off watch from the bridge, I would sit there for hours for no reason.
Okay. Now, I don't know much about, Navy standards and, standard procedures and so on. But I would imagine that whenever an aircraft carrier is, in operations, they would always, constantly have the AWAC in the air. constantly. They would have at least 2, so they could.
When flight ops are going on, yes, that is why the AWAC is the second bird to go up. The first bird to always go up is the helo, is the helicopters.
Huh. Okay, a helicopter for safety.
Yep.
Huh.
Hey guys, I apologize. My son really wants to say hi.
Oh, yay!
Hello.
Hi.
Say hi.
Get your butt in here, bud.
Hi.
Evening, kiddo.
Hey, guy.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
So let me tell you about my franchise. We're now selling merch for $5. So if you guys want to buy something, you can.
Well, what you selling?
Well, I'm selling T-shirts, and I'm also planning to make little more mini action figures and stuff.
Hey, Tegatron, I think you're up.
Okay, you got 30 more seconds. Talk.
And I'd like to say that I kind of worked really hard on this franchise. It was my passion. Every superhero in it and every single character would get their own YouTube video and their own YouTube series. Each mathematically equal to the other.
Okay, are you done?
I'm done, Dad.
All right, say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Yeah.
I see a franchise. So who's the owner of that franchise?
I've got no fucking idea.
Well, kids are kids. Oh yeah.
He breaks my brain every fucking day.
Yeah. Yeah, but at least it's in a good way.
Most of the
It's in a
time.
good way.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking that there's and growing up, I've seen way too much of it. Bad families or families that just are unlucky and they get into the groove of a very bad life, and crime gets worse and worse. It doesn't sound like for this kid. So
No.
Are you watching me through a videotape?
Young Sheldon.
what?
Are you
The show Young
recording my
Sheldon.
life?
About what's the fuck's it called? Big Bang Theory. It's a
Big
prequel
Bang Theory.
about
Yeah.
Sheldon. There's
Yeah, I remember Sheldon, that child. Yeah.
Yeah, when he's young. It's about Sheldon when he's growing up. He's about 8 or 10 years old in that show.
Oh, young Sheldon.
Yes, young Sheldon. That's what I'm dealing with.
I don't think I've seen that episode, but yeah.
Oh no, they're on the third season now.
Well,
every day I have to drive this kid to school while he talks to me about algebra and the phases of the moon, and every day.
Oh, you mean that kind of random? Well, yeah, the completely random question. Okay, so how many inches of rotation does the moon rotate faster than it does around the Earth?
Okay.
Over 100 years? That kind of question.
He told me that he had a plan to become a millionaire. Step one, he would be naughty. Two,
Good plan there, already.
he would get coal in his stocking. Step three, he would sell the coal to a power plant. Step four, he would get money. Step five, he would invest the money in blue chip stocks. Step six, he would get rich.
Wow.
This is
That's a
does
whole
he
lot
get a-
more complicated than why is the sky blue?
Yeah, I mean, does he have a childhood?
yeah, he does. He does Pokemon cards and stuff like that. But then out of the blue,
yeah,
he'll just
go into brain mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as long as there's a healthy balance between it, I mean, I can only imagine it being a very hard one. But being able to, as a parent, being able to balance out the actual, the fun that a child should have.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
I mean,
I'm not complaining. I wouldn't trade him for anybody. Like
I know, but it's just you have to worry, you know.
Yeah.
Not getting hopes up too high and that kind of thing.
Oh no, I wouldn't trade him for any other kid in the world. Like he's the greatest kid that you could have, but he breaks your brain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, by the way, how far in your project, the project of the mail I sent you a while back, how far are you into that? To setting him up for that?
Oh, the radio. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not as far as I want to be, just because my work has gotten insane. Remember, we had that. I'm not sure how much you've watched American news, but we had that shutdown.
Nope. Yeah, and it's still lingering in the corner, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I work for a government contractor, a military contractor. So everything shut down. And then it opened back up. Well, that was an avalanche of bullshit. So we're still dealing with that avalanche. I think Jared could probably talk about that too.
Sorry, I was paying attention to something else. What?
The avalanche that followed the government shutdown.
Oh God.
Yes.
Yeah, because because every contractor with the government, we keep operating, we keep racking up the bills, so it becomes a backlog.
Yes. That's exactly what I was just saying. And now we're trying to just yeah. Drinking right now.
And I'm so happy I'm somewhere where that can't possibly happen ever.
Well, we have a Trump. Like
yeah, and you have a messed up legal system. And stuff. Yeah.
Oh no,
yeah, I have to be honest here, but you do.
No, it's not just Trump, because it happened before Trump.
True.
It's been happening since Clinton.
Yeah. Oh, it even happened before then.
Sorry.
It didn't happen as much frequency until Clinton.
Correct. The frequency has certainly increased since then. But as
it has always been a possibility that it could happen, and that's
it's always been a possibility.
Talking about, why would it even be possible to mess up your country yourself for being lazy? I'm talking about Congress here. The
can the rest
financial
of you
stuff.
At a minimum, can the rest of you at least get a Trump? Can y'all just
no. Do you really want to go back into true world conflict? Because here's the thing: 1, Trump is bad. 2, gets worse. But imagine if there were 3 of them around, and at least 2 of them have a nuclear arsenal.
Well,
okay. Do I have to point out that he has kids?
The only Trump. Why can't anybody else have a Trump?
Oh no! Don't do the Oprah thing.
You get a Trump. You get a Trump. You get a Trump.
But I sincerely hope that all. Thank you, Jay. I sincerely hope that all of Trump's kids are not his biological kids, and at the very least that they're not as what should I call it, deviously stupid. They're not. I mean, Trump. I wouldn't call Trump stupid, as in less intelligent as other people, but he acts like it.
The idiocy must be carried on the Y gene, because Ivanka is actually really intelligent and really savvy.
And the one Tiffany, seems to be okay.
What now?
Yeah, Tiffany. She's the one.
Oh,
that
Tiffany.
doesn't
Okay, I
even-
just heard something else, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's the one that doesn't even like. She's not even in the spotlight. She's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah.
Could be worse. We could
Athens-
have a Kim.
Hold on.
Hey, should we try to call the
Athens, I actually have to say that Trump is actually smarter.
Hey, let's try
Oh.
to call the Morgile.
Hey, Tegatron, take a look at the my latest comment in the internal chat, just to be sure.
Oh shit, he's in South Carolina. I could go there.
Oh, jeez. But would you want to?
Yep. Hold on.
Yeah, use as many
Speaker.
prophylactics
Hold
as you possibly can.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
he's actually calling him. Why? Blah 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 blah. Doxing, blah blah blah. All right.
It's not
Here-
doxing if
here-
you give it the number.
Here is the thing, Bo.
Hold on.
More-
hold on.
more-
Hold on. Hold on. He texted me.
Morgile
Can't
himself.
talk. Hold on. Can't talk. Call you right back. Is the text that I just got.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Well, in the
Oh,
meantime,
yeah.
Bo.
Oh God, I gotta stay
More-
on now. I was
more-
about to go to
yeah,
bed. I gotta stay on now.
Yeah, Morgile himself made his number public, which is why his voicemail box is full.
Okay, fair enough. But hey,
No,
I just heard a phone number being read back, and I just wanted to make sure.
And here's the thing:
Well-
they tried calling earlier on Team Skeptic stream.
Just to be
You know-
clear, I didn't like mine for this. He put it out on one of his videos. And I
Was
wrote
it
it down.
actually a video of his that we are certain is one of his? I mean,
On his-
I'm asking.
on his channel in his voice.
Okay,
Exactly.
because I remember, a couple of weeks ago, how long it was. Who was it? I can't remember.
TT?
I can't remember. One of the idiots that was supposed to have a little debate with Craig, and he crapped out. But we later found out that his this Flat Earther's YouTube channel had been hacked or something.
Oh, flat out.
I'm not.
Flat out hero.
Yeah, for Flat Out Zero. Yeah, that's right. So I was just wondering if it was
No, I am.
a video in text slightly out of his normal videos.
No,
From what I know.
I'm for certain that
Hmm.
this was from the Morgau's channel, as
Why would
evidence
he
by
do
the
this?
fact that that's his voice
Yeah.
on the
Okay.
voicemail.
I mean,
Bo,
one.
zero? You don't think he's higher than that?
What? Hang on, Bo. it's the Morgile. He's a flat earther. Do you really think he's that intelligent?
Yeah, he punches his wife in the face. I mean,
Yeah, well, the question is, do you, any of you, consider the Morgile as an actual flat earther or a fake flat earther like, oh crap, my main mind just blew up.
I think
Like
he's a
some other
schemer.
people,
He just doesn't
like
know anything.
journalism.
He is closer to being genuine compared to the other two, because from the appearance, he's not raking it in the way the other two are.
I mean, he is deliberately, I think, sounding smug in every single video I've heard him talking.
Yeah, that's because he's an
True.
asshole. That doesn't necessarily mean he's disingenuous.
Yeah,
No.
he's which is why I don't feel bad about making videos about him, which is what I just did
Eh,
this past week.
Yeah, and Pig, are you keeping an eye on the live chat?
Sorry, what? I was not watching porn.
Yeah, see, this is the problem, Pig. When you're producing a show, you need to watch all the details. Go read
do
the
the
live
work.
chat.
The volume is currently set up as loud as it will go without clipping. Schrodinger's mic is kind of low. That's nothing I can do there. I have no mixing capabilities.
Here's a question that might help Lucky Pig, though. Google Meets. No, that was not
As
under the
Factard said,
belt.
NA is your volume
Yeah.
button broken.
I read that. Google Meets. Are you able to split out the
No.
the audio for Okay,
No,
that's annoying.
I
That would
already
have been
said,
cool.
I already said it in the chat earlier that when it comes to the built-in mixer that Hangouts has, it is not it is not a part of Meets.
Oh, but you can't do that with Hangout though. For the
Regular
time being.
regular Hangouts has a built-in mixer for each individual person. It is not part of Meets. So when it comes to streaming from Meets through OBS, your options for a mixer are your own mic input, which in this case would be Pig, and
Hi.
then the entirety of the panel, not individuals.
Yes.
Man, that's backwards.
Yes, it
It's
is.
supposed to be a professional solution, and yet you can't do that.
Okay, it's it is a professional solution for in-house web meetings. That is the intent of Meets.
Yeah, but at least have the have two versions of it, so to speak. For setting up a meeting, basic and advanced. Basic, you don't have the option, and advanced, you do. I mean, how hard would that be? Me.
The intent is that people in the meeting would be adjusting their own gain.
Yeah, their own gain and their own volume. Because here's the thing, I have not had a problem listening to Schrodinger, and I only have one half of my headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
How about if I just move the mic closer to me?
Well, that would also always be better than increasing the gain, as long as you're not trying to swallow the microphone like an Aussie guy is sometimes.
But,
yeah, I mean, Schrodinger, I don't know exactly the microphone you have yet, but as a basic mic technique for all dynamic microphones is that the closer the better in terms of gain and background noise not being picked up.
Here you go, Bo. I'll send you the link to it.
I'm learning.
And I totally expect that. When you're trying to learn something new, you tend to mess up because that's the way you learn. So no bad.
Yeah. And I told this to my son actually recently when he was feeling bad about screwing up something. I told him about Thomas Edison. When he made the light bulb, somebody said, "Well, you failed 1,000 times," and he's like, "No, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I learned 1,000 ways how not to make a light bulb."
Exactly. Yeah. And I usually use the saying that that the best way to learn, in most cases, of course, not all, is to make mistakes. And if you're not willing to make mistakes, well, you're already a loser.
Yes. And
I mean,
that's exactly true.
Mm-hmm.
For any, who does anything the right way the first time?
Yeah, someone very, very lucky that doesn't learn how to correct errors.
Well, to be fair, you can have a kid the first time you have sex.
Yeah, but could that always be considered a success?
Right.
Biologically, that would be a success because that's what the process is intended for.
Yeah, but then again,
depends
I would say
on what the goal
Right,
is.
the
If the
result.
goal is to have sex as many times without getting pregnant, then no, you failed the very first time.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could consider what people like Adam Savage, the guy from MythBusters, says that it's the challenge, the build itself. That's the thing that I live for. When you finally, finish a project, you kind of, get sad again because, oh great, now it's finished. What do we
do next?
Exactly, yeah. And then you wait for 9 months, and then you're in hell because you can't sleep. Not that I'm a father, but
Yeah, I mean.
Wait.
If your goal is to bang out a chick and not have a kid, and then you knock her up, then you failed.
Yeah.
but again, that's biologically a win, so it's all about frame of reference. And here's the thing, Bo, you think the sleepless period stops after about 9 months? Oh no.
No.
What?
That period of child raising is not measured in months. It's measured in years.
No.
Yeah, I did say after 9 months.
Yeah.
Then you
My
get the problem
son-
of not being able to sleep.
My son is 10, and as soon as I walk out of my bedroom, as quiet as I can possibly be, 3 seconds later, his bedroom door opens, and he says, "Good morning, Dad."
Oh, he's one of those 5 seconds and we're up and fully alert. Oh yeah.
Fully alert and wants breakfast, and I just want to stumble around my house and try to wake up.
Yeah. That's my whole childhood, and well, almost to this day, I've always been like that.
Oh my God.
5 minutes after waking up, woohoo! I'm good. That tends to be a bad thing when you're, in the barracks in a 12-man room and everybody's just, flat out done, just tired as hell, and the clock wakes you.
It would be a service. You would be helping humanity.
I want to ask a question. I want y'all to tell me what you think about this idea. It's not something I've chosen to do, but it is something I'm like, should I do this or not? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm getting ready to start. I'm getting ready to start making my apparel, right? And I'm thinking I might also make some flat Earth apparel. Why? Because if they're gonna give their money away to anybody, why not give it to me? I'm not a flat earther, so it's not like they're supporting the flat Earth by buying the T-shirt. But then again, it would be kind of pushing flat Earth through. I mean, they don't even wash their clothes, so it probably wouldn't even last a long time. But I mean, should I make money off of these jackasses?
Well,
Yes.
if you decide to do that, do not put your logo or anything that can identify you as the
Oh, I know.
as the source of them.
No, I would open a fake channel, like not a flat Earth channel, but like a store, a flat Earth store or something.
Yeah.
They can give me all the money they want. I'll take it. Shit, fuck them.
I don't have any moral issues with that, so go right ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm on you with that one.
Because the idea was I want to make a shirt that says "interesting" across the top of it, and then below it says "Jism 2018." And then like the
Ring
thing
laser
is I was
gyro.
like,
Where is
oh,
it?
well, why not? Yeah, exactly, the ring laser gyro shit. But I was like, well, why not just make flat Earth shirts? I mean, flat Earthers would be like, oh my god, look at those shirts, they're so badass. I'm gonna support the flat Earth
we
cause.
would
Yeah,
have
they'd
to
be
sell
paying
them
me.
in Dallas.
Oh yeah, no, I've already talked to my sponsor about getting some flash work done for that conference, some flat Earth tattoo flash work, because why not? I don't care if those flat earthers get tattoos. If they're gonna get tattooed, get it from my sponsor because they're badass.
And it'd be an easy way to identify the idiots in the herd.
Yep.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, you need to be able to know who to point at and laugh.
Something I would like to point out is that it's no longer a ring laser gyro; it's a fiber optic gyro, according to Liley.
Oh,
well, still,
difference.
in the way they work, it's the same thing.
The difference is one is actually using a laser path. The other one you can make with a third to a quarter of the budget with actual fiber optics, and it's just as accurate.
You notice that they
Well, I would
never
say-
try to
say that
explain
it-
those-
Finally, even continue to go on shows.
Well,
Because
I was
he's
gonna say-
stupid.
He's a joke.
He is less. He has a lower than average IQ. I'm willing to bet on that, and I rarely bet on anything.
But
I mean, seriously.
He knows
Well,
he's
I-
a joke by now.
I was gonna say they do have an argument they can actually try to scientifically use to prove it. I don't know how they would, but they could use special relativity as a way of saying, oh, well, this is the reason why we're seeing this is because we're also in, due to relativistic effects. But the problem is by admitting that relativistic effects are what's causing the drift, you have to
they
then
would be
acknowledge that you were actually
destroying
moving
their
through
own
the
argument.
universe. Yeah. So they
Yeah, I
can't
mean, I
use
do
that
have.
to argue it.
I do believe that there is an abundance of idiots, i.e., flat earthers, that thank you, that claim that spatial relativity is fake, etc., etc. So, but I guess it's the usual. This is all fake. It's just a lie unless you use it for your own argument, and after that, it's still a lie again.
I'll tell you who nailed it was Sean Hufford. He was the one that was like that first told me, maybe 8 months ago. He's like, what you'll notice in the flat Earth is that their arguments rotate. So they'll be talking about perspective, like everybody will be talking about perspective, and then all the debunkers will start debunking that, and then they'll go to another argument, and then to another argument, and then to another argument until it's all been debunked. But it's been so long since anybody's talked about perspective that they'll just start arguing the argument from perspective. I've actually seen a lot of ether theory videos.
Yeah,
that is against Einstein.
Yeah, it's when you look at the debunk cycle, it's about every 2.5 years that it rotates through.
Well, you know what would be funny? To try and figure out how long it takes for them to run through that cycle and then make a prediction on it and just, put out a video, not promote it. If you can, make it more or less secret, still public. And then when they do it, start it up again, you just direct people's attention to that video after people claim that it isn't true. And see how many people...
I would put the cycle at 27 months plus or minus 1.5.
You could pre-make videos, debunk videos.
Yeah, in such... What the hell? In such a way,
The hell was that?
in such a way that you can easily put the name of the idiot who makes it. Come on, thank you.
don't worry,
Who
I'm
makes
there.
the claim?
I'm
Yeah,
there.
who makes that claim into the video without it looking as if it was pre-produced, and just put it out the second you notice this idiot. Put it out.
And what's up with
slow,
this,
dude.
The handlebar mustache guy? Like,
Handlebar
is he
mustache
purposely? Is he a Poe? Like,
Oh, Red Pill Philosophy? No.
Oh,
Red Pill
the
Philosophy is
IQ
not a
guy.
Poe. He's not a Poe. What he is he's somebody who believes that he has upper level intelligence that allows him to be able to understand concepts that we just will never get, like the Earth being flat.
clearly is
Dunning Kruger, in other words.
Yeah, Dunning
Well,
Kruger,
yeah.
absolutely. The most extreme definition you could probably find on the internet right now is red pill philosophy.
Do you know, on most of his videos, I will go on there and I will just comment, nothing else, just ding.
I've got a tone. I've got a tone for them as well.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the best if he didn't have a clue what you meant by it, and nobody told him.
Oh no,
And he would keep getting more and more frustrated. Yeah, but I'm just having a wet dream here.
Right.
If he doesn't know and nobody is willing to tell him because everybody doesn't like him,
Right.
and just gets more and more frustrated. Oh, that would be great. Until he
I
makes a
just
video
typed-
about it.
I just type DING period
Yeah.
because holy fucking shit!
Yeah. What else needs to be said? Yeah.
Like
I'm gonna
his
start putting that in
videos
my
are so
tags.
fucking
Ding.
stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I you know, I make it an effort not to watch any of his videos, but does he make the high IQ claim every single time?
Why
Not
are
every
they?
time, but
Why are people calling him high IQ? I thought his name was Red Pill Philosophy.
well, no, that's an assertion that he made that he's
Mhm.
high IQ. Go and
He-
look.
yeah,
at,
he,
Simon
I know.
Dan.
Multiple videos he has made the claim of being a high IQ researcher.
Yeah. He also. I know that he has made at least once the claim of doing some high IQ
High
research.
IQ research.
And also,
done.
you know, some high IQ arguments, and you know, but yeah, I
Do you
haven't
know
heard him actually
how
say that he has
proved-
a high IQ myself. But-
Do you know how he proved that he's high IQ? Because
no.
he has a lot of tabs open on his browser.
Oh my god.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That is exactly his thing that he says.
Yeah. I can open
Man,
four
I must
tabs.
be
Is
I
that-
must be extremely high IQ then,
I'm
Right.
stupid
because
as
I
fuck.
have so many tabs that I don't know why I have them. I mean,
If you open enough tabs, it
Damn.
increases your IQ.
so
Yeah.
that's how it works. Okay.
Yeah, but but at the same time, multitasking is actually counterproductive.
Yeah, and to be literal, no human being can multitask. It's a matter of switching between tasks quickly. But that's just a,
Yeah.
pedantic thing.
Look how strong I am. Look at all these dumbbells around me.
Yeah, because that automatically makes you strong, I guess.
Right.
No, that's opposite. It's look how strong I am. Look at the lack of dumbbells around me.
Well, not by his standard.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, I
so
was
strong I don't
thinking of
even
the-
need them. Or
Yeah, I'm so smart I don't need tabs open, or I'm so strong I don't
Books
need
and-
dumbbells.
no, I'm so smart I don't need books and stuff.
I disagree with that assertion, Bo.
I'm the greatest Christian ever. Look at all these Bibles.
Yeah,
Oh
spewing the same kind of shit, just what do you call it? Formulated in different ways.
I got Genesis, Exodus, and Leviticus open.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm smarter than most of my family because on my phone I do have a Bible app, and all the books are listed alphabetically because I'm not an idiot.
So punchable.
Can't
He's
read
got
them.
a punchable face. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so tired I
Yes.
might need to drink a beer.
Hey, wait for movie night.
Beer?
Wait,
Beer?
wait. and-
Started now.
Not
Drink
only
whiskey.
not only is this guy's face exceptionally punchable,
For tonight's movie night?
just look at the handlebar mustache that he does.
Oh.
It also shows that he's a hipster douche on top of it, which means as soon as he opens his mouth about any topic,
Veganism.
the
wonder-
punchability of his face exponentially increases.
He
I
could
wonder
say-
if he-
could say, "Hey, Cliff, I love your Schrodinger's cat T-shirt that you got on," and I would still want to punch him in the face.
I just wondered to myself how many times he's broke his back trying to blow himself.
You have to remove the ribs first.
Yeah, exactly.
that's
he would
still
be
not
the type
really.
to do that.
Yeah, and that's still not real.
I can send you a
Can you
video.
ever watch-
I can
watch
send you a
any of the
video right
stories?
now.
The story? No, I'm
it's
talking
real,
about the
though.
story of one musician.
Marilyn Manson.
That's the one. Yeah, where the claim or the myth is that he had some ribs surgically removed so he could blow himself. Not the case.
Oh, I thought he had him removed and stuck in his penis so he could blow himself.
Okay.
Why not
Four
just
of
use
the
a
porns
straw?
are that actually could. The hedgehog.
What?
Talking about Ron Jeremy?
Ron Jeremy, yeah. He actually could blow himself.
Well, hey, to be absolutely honest, gay or straight, I don't care. If a man could do that, they would do that. Period.
All the time.
Oh yeah. I mean, duh.
I'm just glad I can't. You know, I'd have no life.
Yeah, you would never,
I'd never talk to women. I'd never talk to women ever. They'd come to me and I'd try to keep them from smelling my breath all the time.
Woo! Who had the cheese?
Why does it smell like bologna in here?
You got some icing on your mustache?
Is that cheese, rancid meat, or fish? I can't make up my mind.
Why do you look like a glazed donut?
I just can't believe he's got over 200,000 subscribers.
But I don't think he's been talking about flat Earth all the time.
Yeah, no, that is
No, I
a
know.
recent thing, and everybody loves a train wreck. Because you have to admit, the people who have the higher sub counts, for a large portion of them, it's because people want to see the fucked up shit that they're gonna say next.
Oh yeah. And, I mean, I click on their shit for that reason.
I'm checking to see right now how much his sub count has gone up and down.
Like, I look at this guy who literally wants genocide of white people. Like, he literally wants them to revolt and kill us.
Wow, that's so weird though. He actually has decent sub growth. People, they buy that bullshit. Hi, I'm so fucking smart. Listen to how stupid I am.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't automatically equate growing subscribership to people agreeing with it.
No. I'm not saying that they agree with him. I think that it's more like what you said. It's more about the dumpster fire that they want to see.
Yeah.
Because when I brought that question up one time in a video, I was like, I don't see how so many people are subscribed to this guy. And I wasn't talking about him. I don't remember who I was talking about, but somebody was like, keep in mind, not everybody. He goes, I'm subscribed to him not because I believe in him, but because I like to watch him act stupid all the time. And I was like, okay, it makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
I'm not subscribed to
well,
any of these
I
channels.
brought the guy that I did to Don Sequitur. I was like, what's the biggest dumpster fire that I could actually bring? Because I knew that it would help my channel. I was like, what's the absolute stupidest person I could bring? And I brought that guy. And he was a fucking dumpster fire. Because everything I said, he was like, well, how do you know? That's what you were told. Everything I said, he said, well, that's what you were told. And I talked to him about nautical charts. And he was like, that's what you were told. And I'm like, but we didn't crash. Well, that's what you were told. I'm like, but we didn't crash.
And when he says that's what you were told, it's like, no, motherfucker, that's what I witnessed.
That's the thing. It's like we could use the fucking stars to tell where we were. Well, that's what you were told. What?
They and them.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
How
you
does
for-
that work?
He said that they moved Sri Lanka.
What, they picked it up and moved it?
Yes, they moved it. They moved the Caribbean.
Man, if they are able to do that, I really want to be on theirs payroll because I have a lot of dough to throw around.
Backtard nailed it.
Hold on.
Look at
It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. They
I don't know
broke
who that
into
is.
everyone's house and took the tea off of their boxers, the
Yeah.
shoes.
Oh
They took
God.
the T off of it.
Well,
Everybody.
Well, hang on. So Factard said,
Oh shit! Hold on. We got a call.
Everyone mute.
Everybody
Everyone
mute. Fuck yeah.
Hello. Oh, good evening, sir. Is this the Morgile?
This is. How's it going?
It is going awesome. I've been waiting to talk to you for so long.
Oh, cool, man. Who is this?
My name is Cliff. You may or may not, I'm not sure, you might know me as Schrodinger's cat on YouTube.
Okay, I think I've seen your comments around. What's up, bud?
Excellent, sir. I was just wondering, when you hit your wife, does it hurt her, or is it kind of a like kink thing y'all have going on?
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Oh, well, let me rephrase. When you take pills that are prescribed for her, like, is it a benefit, like, to you, or like, is it something that y'all work out ahead of time? I'm just asking.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure where you're getting your information, dude, but I don't appreciate you calling me and like making these sort of veiled accusations, but yeah, I appreciate you calling. Just if you're gonna call with sort of veiled accusations, just my number, okay?
I've got one last question, and I swear I'll let you go. The assertion, "Earth is flat, suck my balls." Is that compelling for you?
Yeah, that's a very good argument. I've never heard it put quite that way, but the Earth is flat with or without your balls, sir.
All right, I'll let you go. Have a good night. Don't hate your wife.
You need to work on your prank calls.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be a little more expecting of it.
Yeah.
Audrey,
You gotta be subtle too.
I was not subtle, but we got the Morgile. Like, it's recorded. Come on.
And by the way, he at least he did not go off the rails. I mean,
well, you have to be on them to start with in order to go off of them.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And then again, I mean, it wasn't even an accusation; it was a question. Well, several, but
well,
it wasn't accusing; it was asking.
He was correct in saying veiled accusation, because by asking the question, it is a veiled accusation. However,
It's a correctly formulated question. Yeah.
Aren't there actual police reports of that happening?
Yeah.
So it's not an accusation; it's a question to clarify about the facts of an occurrence.
And
well,
again,
I don't want to be I don't want to be a devil's advocate here, but contrary to most other countries, the police in the U.S. are allowed to lie when trying to get confessions out of people. Now, I wouldn't call Morgile a polite person. I mean, yeah, he's a dick, flute, as Radical would say, but yeah. When it comes to police reports from America, yeah, I'm kind of apprehensive about their legality.
I may or may not
their authenticity. So.
I may or may not have accidentally closed my laptop trying to move something, and we may or may not still be live, so we're all good. I only dropped 72 frames.
Well, I certainly hope that one of the very first things that you did make sure to do when getting your laptop is that it does nothing when you shut down the lid. That should always be the very first thing you do with a private, personal computer.
No,
It's
I
not
need
good
that
for an office
ability.
environment, but
I need that ability in case someone barges into my room and I'm watching porn.
Yeah, you kind of want the sound to stop on that.
Yeah.
Why would you not be watching porn?
use
Because I will be.
Just use headphones, wireless. For the love of science, use wireless.
But the
headphones.
video on
Not
the
cable.
screen, it's easier to just close the screen than it is to move my finger, direct it to X, and then click X in a frantic fashion.
What do you mean directed to X? Have you not heard of Alt F4?
I have multiple screens, and that's not mainly the selected window I'm on. The porn is in the background.
You can you can mute your audio without enabling.
The porn is still on the TV.
And it is just as quick to shut it off by closing the lid, if not quicker.
Blame my disgusting porn habits.
I'm just saying.
But then again,
I got the Morgal called in Florence Code. So
yeah, you need to cremate your phone now.
Don't cremate it. Mail it to me, and I'll put pictures on it of myself, and then mail it back.
And then it will for certain be cremated. Well,
oh yeah.
Creamed.
Incinerated, for fuck's sake.
I should have written a script in case he called, but
okay? So when you go off the cuff, right, especially with prank calls, you don't have to sit there and think of everything you're going to say. Just work on quick reactions, right? So you were pausing in places you shouldn't have been pausing, right?
I did my best. Come on.
Hold on. I love prank calls. You have no idea how much I love prank calls. My best advice to you is just to practice.
Do it more.
Yes.
Who has Axeman's phone number?
No. We're not kicking. We are not kicking that bee's nest yet.
Can I be the one to do the next prank call?
Well, I do believe I read a small message from him saying that I won't be able to X for a couple of weeks. Those couple of weeks have passed now, I would imagine. Just saying.
You want to know something I'm sad about?
Y'all see Creaky Blinders video about CC when he lost his shit while driving?
I don't.
Doesn't he always?
That one.
Doesn't he always do that?
It was today.
Oh no, I did not watch that one. But as for the whole couple weeks thing and Pig being sad, are you more sad that G-Man ran away from the Discord server that was created for him?
I mean, that's kind of sad, but then again, with what his landlord was saying about him, I would run from the internet too.
I didn't pay attention.
Any more news about that, by the way?
What's up with that? Like, is he still squatting in that house?
And has a certain something been put out there yet?
I don't think so. I know there was videos of his landlord making certain allegations.
Well, I have downloaded many of those. Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of a certain other panel member that comes here every now and then.
Now,
many of those videos. Yeah.
Is this landlord? Are they also an aquatic mammal?
Not necessarily. I mean, it is some form of mammal, but I don't think it's a whale. I think more of
manatee.
I've seen bigger than that.
Not a manatee neither.
No, that's
okay. So you know what a sloth is, right? Just like a slow sloth.
Yeah.
Well, 100,000 years ago in America, there used to be these things called land sloths. Or, yeah, giant land sloth, right? That's what that landlord is. A giant land sloth.
I think I know who you're talking about. That's the lady that, I guess her parents owned the house, and then they died, and then G-Man was allowed to live there, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And why don't we eat manatee? Like, it's such easy prey. And has anybody tried? Like, their meat should be okay.
I want to watch a certain South Park episode again now.
True. Sorry, I got a little distracted there.
I don't want to know.
No, they used manatees in a tank to, what was it? Predict stuff or make? I can't remember. Okay, this is embarrassing.
They're probably
they used them to, Oh wait, they used them for script writing for movies, I think it was, or TV series.
All right, let's go back to G-Man, the dumpster fire.
Woohoo! Silence.
Sorry, who?
Axeman.
Who has the soundboard up?
I don't have it.
Well, I have an
Okay.
actual soundboard, and Jay has a computerized soundboard-ish kind of thing. That's kind of cool, but not a real soundboard. Oh, and Schrodinger's cat has an actual soundboard as well, I think.
Okay.
Maybe not using one, but.
Hold on just a second here.
I know Jay has it on a little line there.
Somebody.
Oh, the browser-based one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I got my settings right.
Phone number, but if I did.
Now, under
Oh,
the
I know who
names...
has it.
Hold on, Jay, check Discord. I will tell you which one to click.
Hold on just a second here.
Okay.
Did I put that in favorites, maybe?
I want to make sure you guys can hear it just fine.
My name is
Oh, you have it?
G-Man.
Yes. All right, I'll look at the private chat on Discord.
Yep.
Play this one. It's under the names category.
You know you posted that to the Veterans Talk Weekly crew.
Yeah, that's all private between like the crew of Veterans Talk
I
Weekly.
know, I'm just...
So it's that one.
Just look for my name, Gary. I'll give you my last name, Gary Moore.
Okay, Gary Moore. Just to be sure, this is not doxing any way, shape, or form. The information comes directly from him. So if we could reframe to call him Gary Moore, that would be great.
Now that is why I think he would be an awesome mark for practicing prank calls.
You mean like he hasn't been already? And again, he wants to blame other people for it, and it's like, you dumb motherfucker, you put the information out there.
And he keeps doing it. It's so hilarious.
And how high is that mountain?
Well, it doesn't have to
Define
be very high
mountain.
because he's a very short little turd of a. I won't even say man, but he's not very tall. So
Anything above 5 foot would be considered a mountain around him.
But he goes against Aaron Ra, which is like my son fighting Conor McGregor.
No. He doesn't go against Aaron Ra. You're getting that all
Wait.
misinterpreted.
Hold on, I have something here. Don't you mean...
Aaron Ra.
Aaron Ra, yes. He entertains Aaron Ra. Sort of like, a gesture within like a fucking old castle, right? Like the court jester.
Hey,
Or a sad clown.
hashtag save CCP's cats.
I can confirm, Metal Slugs. Only Gary Moore can dox Gary Moore.
And it was a hashtag save GCat.
That poor fucking cat.
That cat looks scared.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't really see that in a cat like that, but yeah. It
Like,
was really,
I love it when I see R and Rob. If I see a video that says R and Rob versus, I'm gonna click on it.
Ah, so the Pavlov conditioning has worked.
Yes, it has. Especially, and if it says G-Man, R and Rob versus G-Man.
Oh, you need to go clean up after that.
No, I have to clean up before I click on it.
Speaking of cleaning up, how long will it take for my computer to become crusty?
25 minutes.
It isn't already?
No, it hasn't. Okay.
So I'm
You think
saying
it'll make it that long, Jared?
no. For it to get crusty, not for it to get dirty, because it's already fucking that. It's for
It's
what's
not
there
dirty
to
yet.
harden.
It's not dirty yet, okay?
Well, wouldn't it have to be like left alone for a while to dry out for that to happen?
Again, that's why I'd give it 25 minutes when he passes out.
I think much longer then, because it'll still keep getting moistened. So.
True. I mean...
Oh yeah, NA, you might want to pace yourself because movie night is happening tonight in a little over an hour.
Oh, I'm so excited for movie night. Oh, I need to turn down
my
gain.
guess is an hour and a half at least.
Nah,
As per
Sai's
usual.
got this. Sai's got this.
Yeah, Sai is in complete control of the stream this time.
And that will be one of the reasons why me and Jared will be showing. We don't have to play the game. Where's Jared?
I was actually talking about, the what's it called? Gerrymandering? No. Damn it.
The filibustering.
Yeah, filibustering. Yeah. The attempting to avoid stupidity tactics.
So
Even
I have
before
a
we go
question.
live.
I have a question. So
No, you do not loop that part of it.
Okay, good. Outside of that, so
Not
we
even
need
outside
to
of it,
make
no.
this a game, Jared. I needed some army pictures of you, like with you in a group, a big group.
Yeah, I don't think I have any.
Okay, if you can find some, we're gonna play a game of Where's Jared.
Yeah, I can't think of any that I have that would come close to qualifying.
Okay. I know I could play a game of Where's Furball in front of the White House, but that one's kind of easy. Because he doesn't really age. He's like Benjamin Button, I think it's called.
Yeah, the problem with Benjamin Button, though, is he aged backwards.
Yeah, Furball's just sort of like in a parent, like just in purgatory.
He's frozen in time.
Yeah. Dude looks like he's, what, 23?
No, he looks late 20s.
Yeah. But God, did you see the photo of him at the White House?
No, I did not.
I mean, well, I'm not allowed to talk about this. Fuck!
Ha 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 ha.
Damn it. Sorry, hold on, let me send you an email on the corporate account.
Oh, you mean the one I don't have open?
Yeah, Operation Serpentine. That's all I can tell you. Live.
Palpatine?
Serpentine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
That's a cut of my shield check.
You just had to put it that way, didn't you, Bo?
Oh God! Oh God! I just showed people. I clicked the link and it popped on stream. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't hurt me.
And you're a producer? That might not last long.
It was like 30. That's enough for everyone to fucking vomit everywhere. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, he's not.
Shame.
No, I'm not. I did that on purpose. Hello?
Come in.
Hello?
No one's home.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here, man.
I lied. Did I tell you guys about the thing?
We don't want to know about the other mole you found.
Look at it.
Well, hey, he
Look
only,
at
he
it.
only has one mole. He only
Look
has
at
one
it.
mole on his neck, and it's it's head sized.
Look at it.
Needs a shave.
Do you see it, Jared?
Oh, it's a panda.
No, it's
Oh,
a panda.
that bear.
It's a ranger.
Whoops.
See? Ranger.
Yeah, but Putin bear is better.
Oh, yeah.
Putin bear is always better.
Putin bear, you say?
Yes.
Get naked, you piece of shit.
But see, what's really interesting is how accurate the height of the waistband of the pants is.
Oh, yeah.
It's it's a very, very old bear then.
No, behind the scenes.
And by the way, Piggy, remember to use. Oh wait, nah, you probably don't need to use duct tape for this part. No, it's
Duct
not
tape
big
for
enough.
what?
Yeah.
What?
Are you assuming his size?
Or lack thereof? Yeah.
Bo, this is how you get a picture.
Yeah, did not a good one. Well, depends on your definition of good. It'll probably be decent quality to give you detail, which only makes it worse.
Putin bear.
All right, good. Using my new mic. Good night, bitches.
Bye.
See you.
You make shitty
Yeah.
prank calls.
Hey, that was a great prank phone
No,
call.
it wasn't.
No,
It is the best one. So
It had so much more potential though. Pig, when you get your phone, I think you need to get that number.
Oh, yeah.
I got the number. Actually,
Well,
we could use that over and over because we could call it from different numbers.
well, if he at least has just the smallest amount of brain power. Yeah. I
Sorry,
know,
that
it
was
sounds
my
stupid.
mole
Brain power,
running.
It's probably just a burn phone. A burn number.
I have my phone connected to my mixer. I could have actually called it directly, and you all would have heard it just fine.
Can you make it so we can talk to him, Jay?
Oh, I can make it so I can talk to him.
Well, make it so I can
Well,
talk
actually,
to
no.
him.
I think you all could talk, but I'm not going to do that tonight.
No, let
come
me
on.
do the prank call. I'll mute everyone. Let me do it.
Okay, I've got the number.
No,
I'll
it's
stay on.
no, it's all right.
We'll
I'm
do
not
that
doing it
next
tonight.
one. We'll make it a Patreon only show.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like that.
All right, then I'm going to bed. Fuck y'all.
All right. Fuck you too. I love you, man. Why won't you blow me?
Okay, who
Or
is
why won't you let me
sharpening
blow
a
you?
scalpel in the background?
That would be the
Sounds
person
kinda
who's
eerie.
been trying to build Transformers this entire day.
No, I'm just standing here.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's not all that much of a robot in disguise.
It's a
not
great
much of a
robot.
disguise.
Look at that sexy robot. Look at it.
I kind of like the design of the Decepticons better than.
Hey, Eric, you're
Yeah,
sort of
look
in
at
the
it, so-
shot and they can see you.
I'm more of a Robotech guy.
Awesome.
Yes. Although, which came first,
Holy
the
shit.
F-14 or the Macross?
Jared, 40 seconds away from being on for
Macross?
3 hours.
Nope, F-14 came
Macross?
first.
What the? I don't even know what a Macross is.
You've never watched Robotech?
He's talking about
Probably not. No.
he's talking about the Valkyrie.
Okay, that was I was thinking Superman right there, but no. But you have to remember, it was only from let's see, 82 or 83 that I had more than 3 television channels to look for, where the 2 of them were German, and only one were Danish. That's when we got cable TV. So no.
Okay, my wife is 5 years younger than me, and she has seen the show. She actually had seen it before I did.
Yeah, well, I didn't have it. We didn't have any American channels.
There's a Japanese show, though.
That doesn't make it better. I mean, the children's channel.
When it comes to anime, it generally does.
Hey, no, that's a better explanation. Anime. I've never had any interest in that sort of stuff. So that's the reason why I don't know what it is.
Well, you should watch it. It's entertaining.
Yeah, well, again, anime.
Jared, check Discord and tell me better A or better B.
Or C.
I vote D.
Marble?
Hey, Jared, you should also check Discord and do as I said there. It would be awesome.
Hang on. Yeah, I know about that one, Pig.
I know, but you never did it.
Nightbot's a bitch.
I got him set up on my Twitch and YouTube. I can set it up for you.
Well, if you think you can get it to behave right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, now this is a tough choice because I'm tempted to say B then A for presentation.
But why not ABA?
Hey, I'm just A+, so I don't care.
No, when you guys see, you will understand.
I'm getting them pulled up right now. Okay, so A.
A, okay.
Beautiful.
Highly accurate.
Or B.
Is that real beer or?
B and then A. I'm with Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah. E then A.
I would have to have an answer to what the person in A is drinking before I could answer. Honestly,
judging by the barrel, rum,
grog.
Oh, it did. Oh, it did have the traditional 3 X's. So
Yeah,
if it was rum, then yeah, A. If it was mead or grog, B.
So, someone is worried about the lack of bacon.
Hey, and we all know that nothing works without it. So that is important.
I can confirm I use it for lube.
You know,
I mean, who can even eat bacon without bacon? So it's that important. Okay, that was too weird.
Yeah,
well, that's why we're keeping Pig around. That's why we're keeping Pig
You're
around.
harvesting my fat.
Yeah, to kind of.
I'm already fat. There's no getting around that.
No, we just need to mature you a little bit for the for the
harvest. Listen, why don't you Hold on. Why don't you supply me with a bunch of bitches? I can fuck them, and then you can have all the kids you want of mine.
Okay, look at Pig. I hereby lock in that statement. From this moment on, you cannot change it. Okay, who has those female dogs that are butt ugly?
No. When I say bitches, I mean
I said
pig
it
horde
is locked
dogs.
in.
Listen, okay, you don't understand.
And by the way, that would be
nuances
G-Man
in
too, because he is a bitch. G-Man is a bitch. You'll
I
get
could
him.
fuck him in the butt. I do
well,
it.
he is the original bitch made.
Yeah, and you would definitely, for him, you would definitely need a lot of duct tape. Otherwise, he would burst open.
No.
That's how
You
small
just
he
have to
is.
cover his mouth and you'll be good.
More like, stuff in a couple of golf balls to make sure that he doesn't yell.
You know, that's why they have these things called ball gags.
Oh, yeah. Get a ball gag, add a bit of duct tape, make sure you go
Yeah,
around
but I
the
don't
head
want him
twice.
to like it. I don't want to actually have him like it.
No one said that the ball had to be smooth.
Oh.
Or what size or shape, yeah.
Or whether or
What
not it is spiked.
Maybe dicks.
What? Oh. Yeah.
Hey, Michelle's in the chat.
Okay, that thing is a ripoff from one of those cool ass memes in Sandy environment with an EOD guy. And his colleague
is
behind him
Far
has a
Side,
paper
man.
bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
Far Side is beautiful.
Gary Larson from the Pacific Northwest. So yeah.
Yeah, occasionally the Pacific Northwest gets something right.
Not often, but when we do, it's celebrated forever.
Jay,
Yeah,
can you tilt your
but-
camera a bit down?
No.
Damn you, Jay.
I remember, I distinctly remember one Far Side that I had cut out and had posted up to my wall for a long time. And it had the caption said, "The dangers of working from home." And it showed a computer sitting on a desk, and whoever was at the desk was turned and yelling at the kids at the door. And a cat is sitting on the desk next to the computer, and I'm thinking, what? I don't get it. And then I looked really, really close, and the cat is just sitting there on the desk with a cord coming out of its mouth and going around to the back of the computer.
Nice. I remember that one. Yeah. And another reminder to the chat. Nope, not that. I don't want to put that link there.
Oh, you mean your a link to your private homemade porn videos playlist?
I have seen those, and they are amazing.
Just can't give everything away.
Oh man, I was hoping you were doing some ASMR stuff there, but nope. Disappointed again.
No, it's the whole thing, since Michelle mentioned it, movie night of going to the proper place for movie night tonight.
The toilet with so you can puke at the same time you're drinking?
I don't remember if I asked. What are they doing tonight? Do you know?
We do not know what videos are on the table until the show begins.
I do.
No, but we don't know which one it's going to be until.
Oh yeah. Till he does the wheel of punishment.
Yep.
But the menu options for the wheel of stupid. P-Brain debunks the spinning ball Earth. It's over. Double feature of destroying the Cavendish experiment with real science. Or rockets do not work in a vacuum by Scientific Lee.
What?
Yeah, who the hell is that guy? I don't know.
No, that's the person who made these videos.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who that is.
Or Brooks' choice, Mars was inhabited beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Oh God, another spirit science video.
Oh, is that what that is?
Or at least in that vein.
It's from a
hold on.
YouTube channel called Universe Inside You, whatever that means.
Yeah, that's some spirit science type of shit.
What, were there space Jews on Mars?
Future space Jews.
Oh, so they haven't been there yet. Yeah, they hadn't been there yet. That's better. But a Scientific Lead, that doesn't ring a bell at all. Well, it should probably, because he's an idiot Oh wait, he's gone. He can't do it. But yeah.
No.
Not this again. Yeah, rockets do not work in a vacuum. Okay, haven't we beaten that dead horse already?
Oh,
on a movie night?
Not just on a movie night. A number of people have.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that if that okay, it's hard because there's only about 14, 15 different subjects these dumbasses have, but if a certain subject has been one of those that everybody does that has been covered and put to bed, it shouldn't be taken up again, in my mind, unless it's a really funny one.
Why is it space Jews and not space Nazis?
Wow, you don't. Oh man,
have you not watched the video from Spirit Science?
No.
And do you not know who Martyr 81 is?
No.
That's why. Of course.
You let me down, pig. You let me down.
Yeah. You might want to look up Martyr 81 and binge watch a whole lot of his videos.
I'm just glad that I only dropped 0.0% of my frames today.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And here's the thing with the dropped frames is there's nothing you can do to affect that number in a positive fashion.
It's only negative.
Well, no, I'm saying is there is nothing you can do to minimize how much that number grows because it is entirely based on the reliability of your connection.
Yep.
In other words, if you have the ability to not use Wi-Fi, don't ever use Wi-Fi. Even
I'm
if
using
you
a
have a Wi-Fi
dongle.
connection that is even if you have a Wi-Fi connection that can, on paper, be faster than your wired, always go wired.
Yeah, wired.
Even
is
if
more
it's
reliable.
just even if it's a simple 10 megabit connection, even there, choose it instead of Wi-Fi for streaming at least.
What is the Iron Sky?
I haven't heard about that before.
Okay.
Blank. Some other flat earther dumbass theory. I almost said theory. Idea.
Hypotenuse? I mean, piece of shit brain fart.
I have a feeling I should know who Martyr 81 is.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, but be careful. He's a teacher.
Hey, Jared, I sent you a thing in Discord. And by all means, you can tell me to fuck off.
Oh, Iron Sky. Okay.
Oh, it's a movie apparently.
Yeah. It taught me. It took me a while to remember that, but yeah, I've seen that. That's a space Nazis on the
Yes,
of the moon.
I know that movie. I know the movie.
A B movie. Yeah, it's a low budget B. Well, that's because it's a B movie. B movie that was entirely shot on a soundstage, but it's not a crappy B movie, a kind of funny bad movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I kind of like.
Well, it was bad, but not in a bad way. If that makes any sense. I mean, for example, Brain Dead, that movie, that was it was a B movie. But the special effects were so primitive and crude and stupid that it was hilariously funny to watch. Anyway, that kind of
Jay,
yeah.
Jay, yes and yes.
Well, the thing with Iron Skies is it didn't take itself seriously, and that's what made it a good movie.
Yeah, and I agree with Georg Streber on this point here. The best possible way to watch this movie is with German. Not text, but German voice, without subtitles, of course.
That's what I did with.
Yeah,
that's
what
Sky's bad. It was intentionally bad, and it knew it was bad, and it was supposed to be bad.
What is Jay doing?
What is who doing?
Jay, I'm curious.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, Pig already got it. Don't worry.
Oh god. Not the kiwi.
The wiki.
It's been sent to Sai there, Jared.
But the question is, has Bo taken a look at it yet?
No, I don't think so, because I haven't had a chance to butt in to say, "Hey, Bo, go check your Discord." Oh, Sai's responding. Oh, not the reaction I was looking for, though. He just gave me a laughing emoji.
Sai does have a great sense of humor.
He does.
Oh no! Oh, I've seen that for a long time ago.
Hey, Jared, can you send me a link to that Discord server?
Ew. I've seen worse.
What's funny is I got that in a search on YouTube. Work from home, Homer Simpson, which is where I shared that.
What? What the fuck? Okay. Hey, well, you can get the weirdest things just doing.
Oh yeah.
Average
This
searches.
is what I was looking
every now
for.
and
This is what I was looking for.
then. Yeah.
This is what came up.
This was in the search options. And hence why I labeled it a candid video of Jilly Juice.
Yeah. Well, there's a YouTuber called Ashens. He's a British guy. That had for a while now has been exactly. He has. I don't know when he started it because it's frankly quite a while ago since I last saw one of his videos.
2007.
He has been. He every
Before
once in a
YouTube.
while he orders. I think it's 7 different things from, YouWish or eBay or whatever it is, and it's just the first thing that comes up at a certain price point, whatever it is, using a random word, and he uses a random word randomizer thing on the web for the search word.
It's a
And
great
he just
format.
orders whatever it is that comes up first at a certain price point, and he just orders us the different things. Yeah. He gets a lot of crap, but he also gets something that's actually quite useful and something that you never knew existed. Like a gas handle arm or whatever it's called, most likely for a bike or something.
Yeah, what's the name of the newest South Park game?
Fractured Butthole.
That's right.
You just made that up.
No,
I
that
did
is
not.
the actual name.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, and Jared, the thumbnail for the video I just put in the internal chat, without even starting up the video, because I don't think I'm not sure if it's in the video description itself, but that thing, that green object he's holding in his hand in that thumbnail, is something for a motorbike. What is it?
All right, hang on. Let me over here.
I now have proof that cats are assholes.
Well, yeah, of course they are.
Wait, so the thumbnail?
That green thingy.
Oh. So it is essentially it essentially works as a cruise control. It's supposed to be a wrist saver. So instead of using your full hand to grip the throttle and then have your wrist held at an angle to keep the throttle at a certain position, you use the heel of your hand on the flattened part of it to kind of just rest your hand there so your fingers can relax.
But you have to adjust it every single time, wouldn't you? If you use that paddle thing.
Yes and no.
And by the way, if you have those luxury motorbikes, not the cross rockets, but those that are designed to, the Side Strikes motorbike, for example, Don't you have cruise control for some of those?
Some bikes, not just cruisers, but others have them too, because they have an electric throttle instead of a cable actuated. Some of them do have a cruise control.
Yeah, and it would be relatively easy to install such a thing, even if it's a motorbike like yours. Even though that's a mechanical one.
No, so here's the thing: in order to use that kind of cruise control, you have to have an electronic throttle. You cannot have a cable actuated throttle. There from back in the day, from back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was a way to have a mechanical cruise control on a bike, because that's actually where it started, where you change out the bar end and it actually connects to the throttle tube. So as you open the throttle, that bar end tightens down to hold the throttle in that position. And the way you would actually have to disengage the cruise control is you have to physically force it to start rolling off.
Yeah, well, there's also something called a 5-pound servo. Yeah, you could retrofit to your bike, so you actually do just use a variable resistor for throttle. Yeah, you could build it with using an Arduino.
Well,
or even better, a DigiSpark.
At that point, why not just do a high tension thumb switch? A rotary push paddle thumb switch that will actually retain its orientation. Yeah. I mean, there are so many ways if you're doing an electronic throttle to get the signal to actually have it function. But sorry, I like my direct linkage. It's a more true feel for what it's actually doing.
Yeah, and there's also the idea of it also has to be original or legal. I mean, around here, certainly in most of the EU, you are only allowed to use type-approved items on your bike or car or whatever it is. You're not allowed. Not even for a car, you can't even legally swap out your gear knob for a manual gear box for a skull knob, for example. That would be illegal because it's not type-approved for that specific car. It's kind of stringent that way.
You couldn't put a purple one there.
That's an interesting kind of stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there is no, what do you call that? No, there is no limit to what you can and cannot put on your car as extra stuff. If it isn't type approved that it's specific to operating your vehicle, you're not allowed to use it. Yeah, you can put some toner on your side windows as long as it has a certain emissivity, but apart from that, you're not allowed to put anything. Not even smoked glass on your rear lights that work perfectly fine when you turn on the lights, but you're not allowed to put them on.
Have you got regulations now with newer cars that I'm noticing with my daughters? The driver's window and passenger window are slightly less tinted than her back windows.
Oh, that's always been the case up here in the U.S. You can have a higher tint on the passenger and rear windows, but your front windows and obviously the front windscreen have to be the least.
Yeah, that's an obvious safety issue. But when you're talking about having you have a old enough car so that your number plate lights, for example, that they use incandescent bulbs. You're not even allowed to swap those out because they constantly burn out. You're not even allowed to swap them out for LED lights.
That's
when it's that ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Sounds like California. It is the EU.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally understand it if people buy the cheapest crap from China, from eBay, and it doesn't work and it's a fire hazard, maybe.
The only upgrade I did to my old wagon was put quartz halogen bulbs in the headlights in the headlights. They used to be sealed, original.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to put HID headlights in a car that aren't, again, type specific to that car. You can put in different branded headlights, an H3 or H2 type, because they have been approved. But you can't put them on, not even if they're self-leveling. I mean, it's just.
Factard wants to know: can you put a flag on your antenna?
Nope. That would be illegal, and I did actually do that when I had I drove around a van, and I was allowed to have my HF, or no, I have to speak English, HF radio with me. I could go down to 40 meters, so that's a 2 meter high antenna. I had a flag on that thing, and they pulled me over once, and they were asking, "What the hell is that thing?" The antenna. And they calmed down when they saw my, ham license. But before they let me go, they told me to take that flag off because it's not legal. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a lot of reasons to not go there.
Yeah.
The only thing that I got a '66 Skylark. The only thing that's stock on that car anymore is the body. The engine come out of an Oldsmobile. One of the front hubs and the drive shaft come out of a Chevy. One of the control arms come out of a Pontiac. The rear end is out of a Cutlass. I have no idea where the hell the transmission come from.
So it's a Franken car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whoa! What the? Piggy, did you forget to turn off all system sounds?
That's not Piggy.
No, that was the soundboard.
Just for
scary sound.
Sorry.
Just for technical things. When I was watching the YouTube feed, that was a lot softer than what it is in here. If that makes any.
Well, softer or just a lower volume?
Yeah, just a lower volume. Yeah.
So because of the audio setup that Pig has, so the panel audio is being driven off his system audio level. Because his headphones don't have their own volume adjustment, to have it high enough, he would blow out his own.
Okay.
Which I think would be a rational sacrifice to make.
I agree.
Yeah, for us, just let him do it. I don't care.
I could, if it's still low, I can do this. There's now 24 decibel gain, whatever that means.
Are we talking about A weighted or C weighted?
We're talking about.
You're a producer. You're a producer. Remember, you have to know.
I don't fucking have
you have to know
OBS.
what's the difference. You have to know what the difference is, and it won't tell you in OBS, I'm sure.
Oh no!
It'll tell you if it's DBI or DBM, but not if it's A or C weighted.
Seaweed.
C weighted.
I stand with Terry here. Seaweed.
It has no. Whether it's A or C weighted has to do with whether the decibel level is measured with the absolute lack of sound or noise as 0, or infinite, actually.
Whoa!
And C that's A, and C that's in relation to the absolute 0 noise level for the human hearing.
16 counts of what?
16?
Jay knows what I'm asking about.
All right.
Disorderly conduct is one of them. Well, let me pull it up here.
Yeah. Oh, for a moment there I was worried, but then again, pull it up.
Hang on.
It wasn't directed at Piggy. Empire.
16 felony counts after allegedly lying to police about being a victim of.
Yeah, this asshole. Yeah.
Does it list the charges?
As I recall, he was doing it for attention. or something.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Look at them
You're a
advertisements.
loser. Absolute loser. Yeah, it's called a cookie.
Huh.
What
It
the?
doesn't list the actual.
Oh,
what
I
was
like
that
those
commercial?
advertisements.
Yeah, what the hell was that advertise? What the?
Hotels.com. You haven't seen Captain Obvious?
Well, I sure haven't seen that because yes, we do have hotels.com in Denmark, but I don't really see American commercials.
Let's see. Do they link anywhere to
Investigate the case.
I'll have to do some digging. I can probably find the indictment.
Who? Wait a minute. Who was indicted for what?
Jesse Smollett. He was indicted for filing a false police charges about being a victim of a racial and sexual orientation
Assault.
hate crime.
And who
he
is
was
this guy?
supposedly assaulted. An actor.
Never heard of him.
He was on Fox's show Empire about the recording industry. He basically played himself on the show.
Never saw it. I don't get Fox.
Hey,
So many
Jared.
other people don't get them anyway either. I mean, Fox. I mean, what did they do to a certain science fiction series? Times more than one. Yeah.
I have a question, Jared. Check Discord.
That's not a question.
But his question could be in there.
Yeah, but okay. Hey, Piggy. Does the battery in that laptop work?
I don't know.
You haven't checked that out yet?
I've been charging it this entire time.
Okay. I don't know if you're actually able to hear it, but there is a 60 hertz low level hum. It's very slight,
I think
so it's
that's
not an
coming-
issue. But
I think that's coming from Main Gun.
hey,
Well, let
main
me-
gun,
let me-
could you? Yeah, exactly.
Yep, it's coming
Oh,
from
fair
Main
enough.
Gun.
Fair enough. Main gun. Okay. It's
Now,
just
to
that it's
be
something
fair,
new.
Whenever I am plugged in, it does create a slight ground loop. But that's because there's two grounds interfering, if I recall.
Well,
I don't know why.
in a bigger, in a bigger system, certainly when audio recording in a studio, for example, you never. It's never a good idea to have all pieces of equipment in a rack grounded individually. What you do is you either ground the rack that they're connected to, or you make a star point ground connection. I was just thinking if it was your computer, if it was connected to ground or not connected to ground, because sometimes that 60 hertz ground loop comes because you have an earth connection, or sometimes it's because you don't have one.
Yeah, I do get a slight hum when I plug in my laptop as it charges. If I unplug it, that goes away.
Yeah, that's because of the ground loop. What he's
Hey.
talking about.
Hey, Bo. Tell me if you can hear. Just a second. All right. Did it just stop?
No change at all.
No change.
No
Okay,
change
that must be
whatsoever.
all right. Let me try something else then. Tell me now if it stops.
Oh yeah, there you
There
go.
it is.
It's you unplugged your microphone, didn't you?
Yeah, well, the mic is attached to the headset, and if I swing it up, it disengages the mic.
Oh,
So
it's
it
a
has to be
Logitech
something.
gaming
It's a hang on.
or Foster.
It's a Turtle Beach wireless
Turtle doesn't
headset.
ring any bell.
Turtle
Wait a
Beach
minute.
is
Wait a minute.
not great.
Let me try this. Any change?
That's better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turtle
okay.
Yeah. Your base station is also the charger, and it has a wall wart.
Turtle Beach is just shit. Like
Well, it's
headphone company.
and I just realized why it was is because the battery was dying in this thing, so I had it plugged in, and what I guess you were hearing was it must have been creating some kind of feedback loop as it was charging. I just unplugged it, and
Yeah, and the
I
power
can't hear
supply for that, the power supply for that is a clunky one, right? In other words, a primary, as it's called.
No, it's just a USB just a USB power supply that's so it shouldn't have been doing anything, but apparently it was.
Yeah, apparently it does, yeah. And your desktop is not grounded or grounded?
Actually, I'm using a laptop.
Okay. And does that one have a well the power supply for that does that have a ground wire?
Most laptops.
Not up to the laptop itself, but just the power supply itself.
Yeah, the power supply has a ground, but I don't know if the outlet is grounded properly. I haven't tested it. The wiring around here is kind of screwed up.
Okay, fair enough. That could be the reason. But no, I know that not all laptops have. Some of them have the mini, the shaving. What do you call it? Yeah, we call it a figure 8 plug here. That only has 2 prongs, but you never know.
Yeah, no, this one has a 3-prong, hot, neutral, and ground.
Yeah. Well, you would. I mean, yeah. Well, it's nowhere near loud enough to be annoying at all. But since I am environmentally challenged in that area, and I can hear it, I hear it a lot more clearly than most other people would.
Now, just one more question though. When I swing this mic up, I hear an audible beep as it turns the mic off.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear that when I do that?
No, we don't. No, and it most likely has a different notification sound on your end when you re-engage it.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
usually the speaker out of the computer. Yeah.
Or the head, yeah. Just the headset saying, "Okay, you muted your mic."
Yeah, and I just wonder if it was broadcasting that or it was just me, hearing it. But...
Well, it looks like they're going to be talking about microphones for a while, and by microphones I mean very, very shitty mics that are attached to headsets. So I'm going to save everyone the trouble of having to sit through this. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Everyone make sure to check out for Psystrike. Link here. It will be up and running in about 15 to 20 minutes. That is when he will be live. I am done spamming it, I promise. And from there, I'm going to hit that button. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jared, you got something to say? Oh, yeah. You can play with my crackle. Oh, yes. You are?
Gotta love Zoom.
All right. See you guys. Bye.